Want to do more kirtan? Or yeah, more kirtan. So since Sumamata is here, can you lead a kirtan? Yeah, my throat is completely gone.
Prabhuji, shall we sing Jagannath Ashtakam?
Yes, of course. But can everybody follow? Yeah, we'll try to follow. Yeah, we'll try to follow. 1 second. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. I'll just keep it on the.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. So they can't see. Yeah, I think this can be kept inside. That's a good idea. Just try to. Yeah, all the kids can come out. Discussing some important topic today. And then children also can come. Yeah, for some time. Okay, today we'll discuss some qualities of devotees. So. No, I can see. Hare Krishna.
Not eat their own.
Okay, I have to keep Jagannath Ashtakam. We don't have it here. So. How do you search here? Yeah. Yes. Can you see? No, it's too small. Yeah. Is there a remote mic problem? Remote mic. It's not there? No problem. You can give this to me. Yeah.
Shall we split into 4 and do next 4 next week or the entire 8?
Entire 8. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. No problem. Okay. Yeah, please.
कदाचित् कलिन्दीतट विपिन सङ्गीतक रावो कदाचित् कलिन्दी तट विपिन संगीत करावो दाभिरी नारी वदन कमल स्वाद मधुपा रमा शंभु ब्रह्मामरपति क्षणेशार्चित पादो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भावा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भावा तुम्हें भुजे सव्ये वेणुं शिरसि शिखि पिच्चं कटिताटे भुजे सव्ये वेणुं शिरसि शिखि पिच्चं कटिताटे दुकूलं नेत्रान्ते सहचर कटाक्षं विदधाते दुकूलं नेत्रान्ते सहचर कटाक्षं विदधाते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावन वसति लीला परिचयो सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावन वसति लीला परिचयो ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भावा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भावा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भावा तुम्हें महाम्बोधिस्तीरे कनकरुचिरे नीलाशिखरे महाम्बोधिस्तीरे कनकरुचिरे नीलाशिखरे वसन्तसादान्ता सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना वसन्तसादान्ता सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना सुभद्रमध्यस्था सकल सुरसेवावसरादो सुभद्रमध्यस्था सकल सुरसेवावसरादो ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी प्रदुर्भावं प्रतिपदमुपाकर्ण्य सदया प्रतिपदमुपाकर्ण्य सदया दया सिन्धुर्बन्धु सकल जगतां सिन्धु सुतया ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे परब्रह्म क्रीडा कुवलयदलोत्फुल्ल नयनो निवासिनी नाद्रौनी चरणोऽनन्त शिरसि निवासिनी नाद्रौनी चरणोऽनन्त शिरसि रसानन्द राधा सरस वपुर आलिङ्गन सुखो ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे न वैयाचे राज्यं न च कनकमाणिक्य विभवम् नयाचेऽहं रम्यं सकल जनकाम्यं वरवधू सदा काले काले प्रमथपतिना गीतचरितो ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु हरत्वं संसारं धृततरमसारं सुरपते हरत्वं पापानां विकसीमा परं यादव पते दीनेनाथे निहित चरण निश्चितमिदम् ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी आवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलभद्र की
जय। हरि बोल।
प्रभुपाद की।
Yeah, you can start. Is somebody passing the mic? हरि बोल। मैं प्रभु की जय। सुमित प्रभु। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सरगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपाकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदीनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचे श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु Hare Krishna. I don't think I can see some of you that side. Sorry bro, can you come this side? Is it okay? Or we can remove the table actually if you don't need that. Yeah. So you can remove the table. Two of you can come that side. Can't see you. Huh? Yeah, I need a little back support. That is the reason I'm hesitating. Otherwise, I would have what to do. Too much software industry effect. Yeah, yeah, you can come this side. Otherwise, as it is online satsang means some videos are shut off. Now in offline also some videos will be shut off. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Sorry, Prabhu, to trouble you. Please forgive me. Sharon, you can come. Yeah. Yeah, I can say. So don't see. Actually, that radiation in the bulb of projector is very dangerous. You know, I heard small child. She looked into it straight on. She lost her eye. It is so dangerous. So it's like beaming out. So better. Children have a tendency of going and playing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Let us welcome Anandaram Prabhu and family. Three Lord Hari Bol. Hari. All the way from Singapore. We have international audience also. Please come, be comfortable wherever you are. Hare Krishna. Yes, yes. Please settle down. Hare Krishna. We are going to bits, right? Oh, is it? Oh. I was imagining you in the hall at really. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you. You can stay with us for some time. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, I welcome some devotees. I can see Sandhya Mataji came after a long time. Padma, sorry. So sorry. Yeah. So, some devotees, after a long time, I'm seeing them. Hope your yatra was nice, Prabhuji. Yeah, wonderful yatra. So, devotees have been doing some revenge travel because they have been like kept, inside homes for a long time. And so many yatras are happening. So nice. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, we are in this 12th chapter and we'll be finishing 12th chapter today. 12th chapter is the conclusion of Bhakti Yoga, right? The entire Bhagavad Gita, Sita, you can see that. Yeah, the entire Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 sections, right? Can anyone tell what is the first 6 chapters? Karma Yoga, yeah, visually Karma Yoga. Then the next 6 chapters, Bhakti Yoga. In the last 6 chapters, Dhyana Yoga, right? Again, once he has told Bhakti Yoga, Krishna again went towards Dhyana Yoga to increase the faith in that Bhakti, right? So, in that section of 6 chapters, from chapter number 7 to chapter number 12, again, Krishna is going to, he introduces Bhakti Yoga in a very beautiful way, introducing himself. I am that supreme person to whom you have to worship. Like that he explains, and then he comes to, just imagine, Krishna is going to end the Bhakti Yoga chapter. And what is the most important thing he's going to talk, right? Is the last 8 verses of 12th chapter. Last 8 verses. Where he's going to pour his love out, saying that Bhakti Yoga is the only way that you can come to me. And by the way, I love you. And what he loves in you is what he's speaking in the last 8 verses. The most important, actually. Right? At the end, he says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, that and all is okay. But this last 8 verses of 12th chapter, he is literally pouring out saying, I love my devotee. I love my devotee because devotee has these qualities. Right? Devotee has these extraordinary qualities. And that's why I love you. So this beautiful chapter of 12, it only has 20 verses. But every verse is gold. Like the way he starts the 12th chapter, introducing how you have to approach me in my personal or impersonal form. And when you approach me, how different people have worshipped me. And then finally, what are the qualities of a devotee? He ends with that. So we'll directly go to the verse number, I think, yeah. We did finish 13 and 14, but we'll just read the translation once. Yeah. So we have to, why I told even children to wait today is because these qualities are very, very important for everyone to hear. From an adult to a children to everybody, right? Yeah, please repeat after me. Is it visible for everybody even this side? Is it okay? Kind of visible? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Atveshta sarvabhutana maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drida nischaya maya arpita mano buddhi yo mat bhakta same priya. Translation, please focus. One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor, is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination. His mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Right? So, you have a problem with that? Or? Yeah. So, we discussed last week on these two verses. More than 2 hours we discussed, right? So, I'm not going to repeat what we discussed. If you have not attended, please attend. Please go and hear the recording. Not that I am speaking, I always repeat what I hear from my seniors, right? So, very beautifully, there are so many examples given of how a devotee is bereft of his false ego. We focused a lot on false ego, how we expect happiness from others, how we want others to act exactly like we want. That is purely false ego. Except false ego means what? I am this body. I want to enjoy this body. Everything in relation to this body, has to be cooperating with me. Otherwise, I'll not like. Right? It can be our spouse, our children, our parents, or even sometimes devotees. This devotee I like, this devotee I don't like. Because this devotee praises me, this devotee doesn't praise me enough. Right? So it even goes to that level, false ego. And equal in both happiness and distress. Right? Sitoshna, Sukha Dukkha. And who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, with that nishchaya. Right? His mind and intelligence fixed in me. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Now, what else is left? Right? Krishna has told everything. Most of it he has already told. This side. Yes, yes. Here you can sit.
Come here, come here.
Here it is. No, then I have to turn my table if you sit there. No, I can't see you. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So these are the qualities, right? But just having these qualities is good enough to go back to Krishna? Just think about it. What exactly is Krishna? Where, for example, somebody who's deaf and dumb, he can't hear, can't listen, can't speak. He is equal in happiness and distress, isn't it? Huh? He may not have many desires also. He can't even tell. Somebody is blind. He may not ask some beautiful things. Does it mean he'll go to God? All blind people will go to Krishna? Huh? Hare Krishna. Please. Yeah, right? What does it mean? What does it mean when Krishna is telling these qualities? What is the most essential element which Krishna is expecting along with these qualities? Can anyone tell? That and all is there, false ego. Somebody is not expecting anything from his parents, wife. Will he go to Krishna? These qualities are all okay. But the most essential quality he tells in the 20th verse. Okay? In the 20th verse. I'll keep the suspense on. First is telling all the qualities. That I want this in my devotee, I like this in my devotee, this is the quality that attracts me, this is the quality that is more dear to me, my devotee is like this, my devotee is like that. But then 20th verse, he is going to tell what is the most important thing, along with all these qualities. Along with all these qualities, right? So, well, he concludes the Bhagavad Gita saying the one who repeats this message is most dear to me. Yes, yes. Okay, let me not keep the suspense till then. We can keep it, right? Devotion. Ultimately, with all these qualities, have to culminate into devotion, bhakti, right? And that is how he ends the 12th chapter, saying, the devotee who is completely engrossed in serving me in all situations, he is most dear to me, right? Whatever happens, when there's all these qualities, will continue. He'll continue in his life. So we are going to go a little further, right? Into the next verses from 12.15 to 12.20. What we'll do for a change today is we'll read through all the verses and purports. We'll finish the reading and then we'll start the discussion. I don't want to, not finish the chapter today. It will happen, right? Because there is so much to learn from these verses, right? So please repeat after me. Yasman not vijete loko
Yasman no dijate loko.
Lokan no dvijate chaya.
Lokan no dijate chaya.
Harshamar Harshamarshya Bhayodveghair
Harsha yodhe.
Muktoya sa chame priya.
Muktoya satame priya.
Translation purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai. Please repeat after me. Translation. He by whom no one is put into difficulty
He by whom no one is put into difficulty,
and who is not disturbed by anyone,
and who is not disturbed by anyone,
who is equipoised in happiness and distress,
who is equalized in happiness and distress,
fear and anxiety,
fear and anxiety,
he is very dear to me.
he is very dear to me.
Right? What a quality is asking. He is saying, by whom no one is put into any difficulty. Never. No one will be put into any difficulty because of a devotee. The safest person to have around you, isn't it? He will never put anyone in any difficulty in any situation. And who is not disturbed by anyone also. Which means if others put him in difficulty also, he is not disturbed. He is equipoised, right? Who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me, right? So let's read the purport of Prabhupada. A few of a devotee's qualifications are further being described. No one is put into difficulty, anxiety, fearfulness, or dissatisfaction by such a devotee. Such a devotee is kind to everyone. He does not act in such a way as to put others into anxiety. At the same time, if others try to put a devotee into anxiety, he is not disturbed. Right? It is by the grace of the Lord that he is so practiced that he is not disturbed by any outward disturbance. Actually, because a devotee is always engrossed in Krishna consciousness and engaged in devotional service, such material circumstances cannot move him. Generally, a materialistic person becomes very happy when there is something of his sense gratification and his body, sense gratification and his body. But when he sees that others have something for their sense gratification, he hasn't, he is sorry and envious. When he is expecting some retaliation from an enemy, he is in a state of fear. And when he cannot successfully execute something, he becomes dejected. A devotee who is always transcendental to all these disturbances is very dear to Krishna. Is it easy to practice what Krishna is speaking here? No? Not easy, right? And very rare to find such people, very, very rare. And this category is only available in devotees. Nowhere else will find these qualities, right? Yeah. So we'll go further, as I told, and then we'll come back to this verse again. Anapeksha suchir daksha
Anapeksha suchir daksha.
udasino gata vyataha
Udasino gata
vyathatha udasino gata vyathatha
Udasino gata vyatha.
sarvarambha pratityagi
Sarvarambha parityagi.
sarvarambha parityagi
Sarvarambha parityagi.
yo mad bhakta same priya.
Yo madbhakta sametriya.
This line is very beautiful. Yo mad bhakta same priya. He keeps repeating in every verse. Such devotee is very dear to me. Translation, repeat after me. My devotee who is not dependent
My devotee is not dependent
on the ordinary course of activities,
on the ordinary course of activities,
who is pure,
who is pure,
expert,
expert,
without cares,
without cares,
free from all pains,
free from all pains,
not striving for some result,
not striving for some result,
is very dear to me.
is very dear to me.
Right? Not striving for some result. Now, should we work for Krishna or no? And do we want to achieve the result or no? He's saying not striving for some result. So we'll discuss about it. Right? Seems to be a little contradiction there. How do we apply this in our bhakti? Let's read Prabhupada's purport. Yeah. Money may be offered to a devotee, but this is purport. So money may be offered to a devotee, but he should not struggle to acquire it. Very important principle for in mathematics. Our entire better education is to make us struggle. But here in Vedic education is don't struggle. Money may be offered to a devotee, but he should not struggle to acquire it. If automatically, by the grace of the Supreme, money comes to him, he is not agitated. Naturally, a devotee takes a bath at least twice in a day and rises early in the morning for devotional service. Thus, he naturally cleans both inwardly and outwardly. A devotee is always expert because he fully knows the essence of all activities of life and is convinced of the authoritative scriptures. A devotee never takes part of a particular party. Therefore, he is carefree. He is never painted because he is free from all designations. He knows that his body is a designation. So if there are some bodily pains, he is free. The pure devotee does not endeavor for anything which is against the principles of devotional service. For example, constructing big buildings requires great energy, and a devotee does not take to such business if it does not benefit him by advancing his devotional service. He may construct a temple for the Lord, and for that he may take all kinds of anxiety, but he does not construct a big house for his personal relations. Right? So it's beautifully explaining how devotee is not attached to even what activity he does unless it's related to Krishna. Yeah, let's go further. 12.17. Yona harshyati na devi dveshti na sochati na kankshati shubha shubha परित्यागी शुभा परित्यागी भक्तिमाम यमे प्रिया. Yes. Translation. Please repeat after me. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. Auspicious and inauspicious? Why devotee has to renounce auspicious things also? Right? We'll discuss about it when we go forward. These are very, very amazing qualities that Krishna is speaking. Purport. A pure devotee is neither happy nor distressed over material gain and loss, nor is he very much anxious to get a son or disciple, nor is he distressed by giving them. If he loses anything which is very dear to him, he does not lament. Similarly, if he does not get what he desires, he is not distressed. He is transcendental in the face of all kinds of inauspicious, auspicious, and sinful activities. He is prepared to accept all kinds of risks for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord. Nothing is an impediment in the discharge of his devotional service. Such a devotee is very dear to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let's go forward. 12.18 and 19. Samashatru cha mitre cha tatha manapama nayo tatha manapamanayo Sitoshna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarjita tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthiramatir bhaktimam me priyo nara. Translation. Please repeat after me. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me. Right? So one who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, infamy and famine, who is always free of contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me. Purport. A devotee is always free from all bad association. Please focus, everyone. A devotee is always free from all bad association. Sometimes one is praised and sometimes one is defamed. That is the nature of human society. But a devotee is always transcendental to the artificial fame and infamy, distress or happiness. He is very patient. He does not speak of anything but the topics about Krishna. Therefore, he is called silent. Right? What does it mean to be silent? What does it mean to take Mauna Vratam? To not speak of anything except Krishna. That means Mauna Vratam. Right? To not speak anything at all is foolish Vratam. Right? God has given you a mouth. He has given you a tongue. Use it. Not using it is not any Vratam. Right? Use it in speaking about Krishna. That is better Vratam. Right? So, silent does not mean that one should not speak. Silent means that one should not speak nonsense. Prabhupada is very heavy. One should speak only of the essentials. And the most essential speech for a devotee is to speak for the sake of the Supreme Lord. A devotee is happy in all conditions. Sometimes he may be he may get very palatable foodstuffs. Sometimes not, but he's satisfied. Nor does he care for any residential facility. He may sometimes live underneath a tree, and he may sometimes live in a very palatial building. He is attracted to neither. He is called fixed because he is fixed in his determination and knowledge. We may find some repetition in the descriptions of the qualifications of a devotee, but it is just to emphasize the fact that a devotee must acquire all these qualifications. Without good qualifications, one cannot be a pure devotee. Harau, abhaktasya kuto madha guna. One who is not a devotee has no good qualifications. See, he is emphasizing he has to be a devotee. One who wants to be recognized as a devotee should develop the good qualifications. Of course, he does not extraneously endeavor to acquire these qualifications, but engagement in Krishna consciousness and devotional service automatically helps him develop them. So what we have to do? We have to go to a training institute, join anywhere to get these qualities. Attend satsang every week enthusiastically, and you'll get all these qualities. This includes everyone: the speaker also, the listener also, organizer also, everybody, neighbor also. Right? You'll get these qualities. Okay. So we'll go to the last verse of ये तो धर्मान मात्रम इदम ये तो धर्मामृतम इदम यथोक्तम पर्युपासते श्रद्धाधान मत्परमा भक्तास्ते तीव मे प्रिया भक्तास्ते अतीव मे प्रिया. That is a hidden there. So yeah, ativa me priya. Ativa means what? Lot. I want. Very, very, very clear. Yes, come. Yeah. So translation, please repeat after me. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, is very, very dear to me. Right? So he's concluding. What is the conclusion of this 20th chapter? He's saying those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, most important thing, with faith, making me the supreme goal, is very, very dear to me. Right? So whatever we are doing, we should not do as a ritual. Sunday vachindi povali guru. No. It should be with faith that actually by attending a satsang, I will change. Change will come in me. How many have this faith? Really, you have that faith? It should be there. It should be like resolute. Because if you don't have that faith, you'll stop attending satsang. If somebody stopped coming to satsang, means he never had the faith. It was more like a ritual. It was not spiritual. Right? It's very important. We cannot not have faith and perform anything. Krishna is sitting in our heart. He knows. So kya kar raha hai? Right? Are you just doing it for the sake of doing it? You like it? Why do you go to satsang? I like prasadam. I'm a social person. Some people want social. Some people cannot live without social gatherings. Right? They always want to be the center of attention. Center of attention or attraction or whatever you call. Right? There are some people like that in society. They always want 20 people around them. For that, they'll do anything. They'll pay. They'll what do you call that? When people honor you, that sabha is called something. Sammana sabha, right? Samman, right? So some people will pay for that also. Okay, get people and samman in the end. Some Telugu movies, forgetting that amazing comedian actress. Huh? No. That is, I shouldn't speak this thing in satsang, but it's a very nice Sri Lakshmi. Yeah, that Mataji, amazing actress. She will. Really, that comedy is gone somewhere. That sheer innocence in that comedy, right? There is a movie called Chentabbai. Yeah, in that she writes that poems. And you all remember that, right?
Yes.
It's like really, really funny. She even goes and says, Nannu sammaninchadaniki, organize. Because I want to be honored now. So, anyway. So that is not the reason why we are coming to satsang. Not to tell people that, I'm going to satsang. I'm spiritual. People tell you, you're spiritual? What does that spiritual mean? What do you do? No, we don't come here for fashion. We come here because we want to become pure. Very simple. If you remember that, any speaker doesn't matter because Krishna is speaking through him. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, anybody is speaking. It is Krishna's words, right? You don't become selective. This speaker I'll come. That's why we are not attending. No, that itself means for you, Katha is entertainment. Right? The tendency is there. Okay, does it mean we should not have our favorite speakers? We can have our favorites, but whenever Bhagavatam is being spoken, we should listen. Whoever is speaking it, because whoever in Parampara, again, let me be very clear, whoever is repeating the right word. So, I was late today, so I want to tell why I'm late today. Okay, before I see, there is a purport. Okay, we'll read through this and then I'll tell. Yeah, please focus. In this chapter, from verse 2 through the end, the mani aveshya mano yemam, fixing the mind on me through yetu dharma mritam idam, the religion of the internal engagement. The Supreme Lord has explained the process of transcendental service for approaching him. Such processes are very dear to the Lord. He accepts a person engaged in him engaged in them. The question is, Advait, can you please come this side? Come and sit here. Okay. So such processes are very dear to the Lord, and He accepts a person engaged in them. The question of who is better, who is, and one who is engaged in the path of impersonal Brahman, or one who is engaged in the personal service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, was raised by Arjuna. And the Lord replied to him so explicitly that there is no doubt that devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of all processes of spiritual realization. In other words, in this chapter, it is decided that though the true good association, one develops attachment for pure devotional service and thereby accepts a bona fide spiritual master, and from him begins to hear and chant and observe the regulative principles of devotional service with faith, attachment, and devotion, and thus become engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. This path is recommended in this chapter. Therefore, there is no doubt that devotional service is the only absolute path of self-realization for the attainment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonal conception of the Supreme Absolute Truth, as described in this chapter, is recommended only up to the time one surrenders himself for self-realization. In other words, as long as one does not have the chance to associate with a pure devotee, the impersonal conception may be beneficial. If the impersonal conception of the Absolute Truth, in the impersonal conception of the Absolute Truth, one works without fruitive results, mediates and cultivates knowledge to understand spirit and matter. This is necessary as long as one is not in the association of a pure devotee. Fortunately, if one develops directly a desire to engage in the Krishna consciousness in pure devotional service, it does not need to undergo step-by-step improvements in spiritual realization. Devotional service, as described in the middle of 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, is more congenial. One need not bother about materials. One need not bother about materials to keep body and soul together, because by the grace of the Lord, everything is carried out automatically. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada is like, he's telling everything that we need to know. He's telling everything that we need to know. And by the way, I called you because you nicely focused, there you're getting distracted. Not that you're distracting them. You know, once I was sitting, I think I was driving him to the park, and he was chanting so nicely. Advait chants very nicely. I really liked it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Every syllable he chants very nicely. That's amazing. Yeah. Nice training by his mother, Mataji. Yes. So, yeah, now let's go back to where we had started. Yes. Okay. I was saying that why I came late today, because there is a good thing to learn and to share out of it. So that's why I'm telling. So I was planning to prepare for today's class, and I knew that these verses are the most important. But for some reason, I was not able to. I was going around here. I was not well. That all reasons were going on. And I was really thinking that, Krishna, you are the one who conducts the satsang. You are the one who is bringing everyone. Now you are the one who has to decide what has to be spoken, right? And then I was trying to hear. Then I got nice lecture of my Guru Maharaj, and then I heard it. It was very long. I couldn't finish it, and he was speaking, 2 hours for one verse. So I don't know where am I going to land. And then I was thinking, what else? How else? How else? I was really thinking, because coming unprepared to class is an insult. Is an insult to service itself. You should always prepare to the class. And what can you speak? What can this dumb mind speak? Nothing can speak. What is input is output, isn't it? So I was thinking, and suddenly, one of my very dear Siksha Gurus, his name is Shankaranand Prabhu. He lives in America. And literally, I was trying to browse in YouTube where to find, and boop, he popped up there. and and he gave beautiful explanation of all these 6 verses, with saransh, exactly how to understand it and how to apply in life. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, we'll come a little this side. Project this side. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. So I was really thinking, and I did finish out of 6 verses, 4 verses, 5 verses I finished, but one verse was pending, the 20th verse. Then I was almost driving here. Then I thought, you know what? Let me just stay back in my car. Let me hear that last verse and then come here. So it's fresh in my mind, whatever I heard. So one of the most essential qualities that we have to learn from our seniors is how much they depend on their seniors and how much those seniors depend on their seniors. Right? In ISKCON society, every sannyasi, every Maharaj hears to Srila Prabhupada every single day. There is no exception. There is nothing like, well, I've written my book, so I don't need to read it to Prabhupada. Never, never, ever. Hearing to Prabhupada is our connection to ISKCON. You might have many favorite speakers. Sometimes our Guru Maharaj also is our favorite, who has initiated you or you're aspiring from. But we should not stop hearing from Prabhupada. And if you're not hearing from Prabhupada, you have not started becoming ISKCONized, if you have to put that word like that. The spirit of ISKCON can be known only when you hear to Prabhupada. So, and what they do, what these great sannyasis do, is they bring that same essence in their lectures and they pass it on to their disciples. And what those disciples do is they further explain it and further pass it on down, right? So it is very important, Prabhupada Mataji, that some of you are already engaged in preaching services, or supporting the preaching service, or you're going to be preachers one day. It has to be, we preach to our family, our children. That means you're already a preacher, right? And then we also preach to outsiders, right? We share. Preaching means to share. So we should always remember this principle that don't think we have an intellectual ability to speak on Bhagavad Gita. When you think like that, then you become those Patnaiks and Devdats and don't want to get there. Right? We don't have any ability. We don't have any ability. You have to beg for that ability and beg for that understanding. Then we can actually conduct satsangs and do justice to the service. I'm saying this to myself so that I will never stop this. Right? If I'm not prepared, I better ask some senior to give a class. Or what is the best thing to do if you're not prepared in a class? Bhajan karo, Hari bol, Prabhuji told. Do kirtan. Do kirtan. Kirtan is essence, right? Or just do chanting. Or repeat a previous class, which you were prepared. Because you don't want people coming from far off distances, to go away home without any, because of your, because of your lack of being organized, you don't want to make others feel sad. And you obviously must have had, your laptop should be filled with your own liked lectures. And your notes should be ready so that, how many of you have seen Radhesham Prabhu's laptop? That's like an encyclopedia of the planet, They'll be like, if he just goes, star PPT, 25,000 PPTs will come. And then he knows in which PPT, which slide he wrote what. And then he has notes of his own lectures. And then he has notes of his Guru Maharaj's lectures. He has notes here, there, everything. And then he will immediately pick it up and he'll start speaking. I mean, you should learn from such Siksha Gurus. Really. How much does he prepare? Afternoon time when I went to the temple once to meet him, I thought afternoon he'll be free. He was very busy in the afternoon because evening he has a lecture. And he himself sits down and makes a PPT, even now, even today. He might have like 300 assistants under him, but he will make his own PPT. And he will make it a point that he's doing full justice to it. And once he told me, Prabhu, I have seen one of the online lectures you gave. I was like, you see my lecture? He said, the PPT you prepared is a good format. Can you send all that to me? So I sent all these formats. And he uses them. And you see the quality of a devotee. He doesn't have any pride in what he is doing. And he doesn't hesitate to take even from the most junior most fellow, even the little thing that we do, to sprout some devotion. Right? So, so we should, again, that's something that we all should learn. Learn in devotion how to do what you have to do. Don't come here with the ego that you are already a devotee. None of us are. We are trying to become one. It even goes into how do you cook for devotees. Some masters are like, I know, I'm the best cook always. So you don't need to tell me how to cook. Well, for devotees, it's a little different cooking, right? It's a little different. What is different in devotees cooking? Not too spicy, right? And Prabhupada told how to, actually, if you hear Prabhupada lectures, of course, consciousness is the most important. There's no doubt. Yes. Consciousness is the most important thing. But he also gets into detail of Prabhupada, how the devotee cooking should be. It should be rich. Prabhupada says here, cooking should be rich. It should be like fresh with everything that you bring from the market. Right? If you're making kheer, there should be badam, there should be this, it should be rich. Prabhupada says. It should be with nice ghee. Right? He doesn't say too many varieties, he doesn't say noodles and pieces. But he says it should be rich, right? And it should be hot. It should be served fresh, like that. Prabhupada is very, very particular about prasadam. Our Acharya, the greatness of our founder Acharya, gave everything to us, like everything that we should do, what we should wear, how we should behave, how we should cook. Everything is told by him. He didn't leave any room because he knows people can speculate anywhere, right? So if you like, guttonkai, which is spicy, don't make it to devotees, right? Because devotees means it should not be spicy. It should be not be very, too sweet also. It should be like everything balanced. We should learn that. We should learn that. Don't, I'm telling this to everyone, like I told, teachers have to learn how to prepare for preaching. Matis have to learn how to cook also. Prabhus also can cook, but they should learn how to cook. Making garlands, I like garland like this, I like garland. No, you should know how to make a garland in ISKCON. Because Prabhupada is very particular how a ISKCON garland should be. Right? The garland should not be in such a way that you put and the speaker keeps getting poked here and there. No, it should be like very soft. When he puts on the neck, it should be like soft. Because, even when you put it on Supreme Lord, right, it should not poke. Right? Even when you go to Pushpa Abhishekam, the festival in Metpalli used to go, and other places used to go. When you remove the petals, it is told, don't remove the sticky item along with the petal. Only the petal should come out. So when you do the Pushpa Abhishekam, nowhere Radharani or Krishna should get any, injury or any kind of scratch because of the petals. Just imagine the detail to which, bhakti is followed and how Prabhupada explains it to us. Right? So we are here to learn. We are here to learn. Andaram we నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చాం. నేర్పియడం రాలేదు. నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చాం. How we have to perform devotion in ISKCON, we have to learn every aspect. Though we might have some material skills, right? But we should be ready to modify them. How you perform kirtan also, we should be ready to, you might be the greatest singer or a musician or whatever, but you have to learn how bhajans have to be. Right? We might be a great Kishore Kumar singer or Balasubramaniam singer, but that doesn't mean that you can do Vaishnava bhajans. Vaishnava bhajans have to be done in a particular way. You have to learn every aspect. So you should be humble enough to change. Are you all following what we're discussing? Yeah? Yeah. So it's a very essential principle. Now, going to this verse, these essential qualities that Krishna is speaking, 12.15. By whom one is not put into any difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone. Can you think of a devotee who fits this thing? He's not, even if he's put into difficulty, he's not disturbed and he doesn't put anyone into any difficulty. Prahlad Maharaj, yes. Isn't it? Any other example? Haridas Thakur, yes, beautiful. Hare Krishna, yes. Pandavas. Pandavas, how many difficulties they were put into? Hare Rama. Right? If you are, if you read Mahabharata, I think we'll shift from Krishna to Rama. Rama is better off. Because being a devotee of Krishna, they never had a house properly. They never could lead a kingdom anywhere. They never had food properly sitting at one place. All the time they were struggling, Pandavas. Right? They were so much in discomfort. But did they give discomfort? Now, Duryodhana made so many plans to kill Pandavas. Kapata plans he made. Did Pandavas make one plan, Kapata, to kill Duryodhana or anyone? Never. They were always fixed. Krishna, you tell, we'll do. Whatever you will tell, we'll do. That is the nature of a devotee, isn't it? In Prahlad's pastime, I try to remember this. Yeah. So Hiranyakashipu tries to kill him in so many ways, right? I mean, just imagine, a 5-year-old boy is totally dependent on his father. And his father is the one who is planning to kill him. Just imagine his situation. Like, where will he go? Or kahan jayega 5 saal ka bachcha? Right? His father is trying to kill him. And then this 5-year-old boy, he even tells that his teachers are good people. Chanda and Amarka are good people. They didn't teach me. I learned it from somewhere else. And then Hiranyakashipu gets very angry. And Shukracharya's children are Chanda and Amarka, right? So Shukracharya, he comes and tells Hiranyakashipu that don't worry, I will kill him. Don't worry. And Hiranyakashipu says, okay, go ahead and kill him. Just imagine a teacher is going to kill Prahlad. Right? I mean, a student. That is how much envious they were of the Supreme Lord. So Shukracharya brings Prahlad to the ashram. And he says, see, your father is not able to kill you, but I have some mystic siddhis through which I can kill you. And what is Prahlad thinking? Dandavat pranam Gurudev. Right? Whatever you want to do, you can do. Think about the consciousness of Prahlad. Huh? And Shukracharya, he has the siddhis and what is it? Tantric siddhis also this fellow has. He's, sorry, I used the word fellow. I should not do that for Shukracharya also. But point is, he's very knowledgeable. So, to Tantric siddhis, he tries to develop a demon. I think the demon's name is Kurvati or something like that. I forgot the name of the demoness. So what he does in the ashram, he does the whole tantric mantras and mudras, and then the demon is being developed, and then he remembers that he has important work. Then it calls his sons, Sanda and Amarka, and says, you finish the yajna, and after that ask the demon to go and kill Prahlad. Now tantric demons are very dangerous actually, because they are born to do a task, and they will do the task. It is not possible that they will come out and not do the task. Right? So Sanda and Amarka, they create the demon, and the demoness comes out, and she fiercely goes to Prahlad. Just imagine a boy, 5-year-old boy, right, is being tried to kill in so many ways. So the demon attacks Prahlad, and Prahlad is surrounded by Narayana Chakra, right? Who can come close to kill Prahlad? Rakhe Krishna Mare Koi? Mare Krishna Rakhe Koi. If Krishna wants to save you, nobody can kill you. If Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can save you. So she goes around, the Tantric Vidya also, it goes around. She can't kill. She can't kill Prahlad. And she's like, but there is another side of Tantric also. Tantric, getting something done to Tantric Vidya. There is another negative side to it also. Actually, everything is negative, but the reverse effect. Does anyone know what is the reverse effect? If the person who invoked the demon doesn't achieve the goal for which it is invoked, he will be killed. It works exactly opposite to that person. That's why a lot of people who do this tantric things on others, it is done even now. I don't know if you all believe in it. It is, I have seen a devotee going through it. Most of you know the devotee also. I don't want to name it in public. But people, they do this tantric vidya, and the doll or whatever they create, that yantra, goes along with you wherever you go. Literally goes from one flat to another flat also. You can find it underneath. It's very dangerous. I don't want to scare you all, but it really works even now. So, in this case, Prahlad Maharaj's case, the demoness could not kill Prahlad Maharaj. And immediately, where did it turn? Sanda and Amarka. And it attacks and kills them. It kills both the teachers, Sanda and Amarka. Done, finished. And immediately Shukracharya comes running back. Hey, oh, what happened? I started the yajna and I wanted my sons to go, and my sons are killed. And then he realizes what happened. And then Prahlad is sitting there in that place, that very place. He only took Prahlad there. And then Shukracharya looks at Prahlad and he says, Prahlad, my children are killed. I'm sorry for what has happened. I should not have done this. You are a devotee of Narayan. Out of ignorance I have done. Please, do something for my sons. And you know what Prahlad does? He prays to Lord Narayan. He says, please forgive those, my teachers, they are my teachers. Please forgive them. And immediately Lord Narayan gives them back their life. Sandhya and Amarka come back to life. Right? So this verse, it says, he by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me. Right? Exemplified quality of Prahlad and Pandavas and Haridas Thakur. And these devotees have actually lived. They are very much around us. Right? They will never, they'll never, ever want bad for others. In our society, our gurus give initiations. Right? Initiation is a very, very serious commitment. Why? Because when you take initiation and you do not remain serious in spiritual life, you create difficulties for the guru who has given you initiation. Right? Your guru has to come back again. If you don't want to go back to Krishna after initiation, you change your priorities. What does it mean? The guru has told Krishna, I am taking responsibility. Krishna may tell, no, that's okay. That fellow is a, gone case. You don't have to. No, Krishna, I have given you commitment. I'll go back again. It's not a punishment on the guru. Guru chooses to be punished. Don't think that, he initiated, so he has to come back. No, he doesn't have to come back, but he comes back because he gave that commitment to Krishna that I'll take care of this devotee. Right? So initiation is a very, very important commitment. And there are so many gurus in our society who go through so many health problems. And His Holiness, sometimes some gurus actually, mercifully, they speak it out also. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who goes through so much health troubles, one day he told that, my disciples are not following the regulative principles properly. And that is the reason I'm going through this pain. Just imagine. But after saying that, what did he do? Did he stop? Huh?
He does more.
He does more. He does more. He is always available for giving initiation. Right? And he doesn't decrease the requirements of what is needed to be initiated, but he keeps himself. That's a service. He looks at it like that. Right? Sometimes some people, sorry to say this, but one person who came to me is like, Prabhu, I want to get initiated by a certain Maharaj. I told, yes, Prabhu, you can. But it takes time, because that Maharaj gives only at certain periods of time and we don't know when. Then I'll go for Jayapataka Swami. That is nonsense. Isn't it, Mataji? Have you heard any devotee speaking like that? Such a nonsense. Right? Now, what do you think is Jayapataka Swami? Is it like somebody, like the Christian street Christ? I'll do all the sins Monday to Friday and tell all the sins on Sunday. So let the blood of Jesus keep washing my sins. Like that you want to treat your guru? No. That there I get Diksha easily. I'll go there. As if the gurus are there to take your sins. No. But look at the mercy of that gurus. The one who, right? He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone. Right? These people are still existing. Those pure devotees are still on the planet. So ready to take those difficulties, right? For serving others, taking that karma. Recently, my Siksha Guru, he told me that Prabhu, one of the sannyasis in ISKCON, he told that anybody who is going to propose the name of somebody to be initiated, he has to take 50% karma. Like that is it, just to make it more serious. Anyway, I cannot take anybody's karma. I already have 20 million tons of karma.
So what will happen to those devotees who are not following that?
What will happen to those devotees who are not following the
After this,
after initiation? Well, they will undergo very severe, problems in life. Like they will suddenly get nice properties, good job, good wife.
that's
Yeah, yeah. They'll get good promotion, good salary. They'll forget Krishna. That's what will happen. Right? For a devotee, that's a very important thing. Never forget Krishna. So they'll forget Krishna. That means what will happen? All material things will happen nicely for them. Suddenly they'll get a jag. They'll go to buy a small pressure cooker in Bajaj Electronics. They'll get a big TV as price. Ah, Krishna will take it. Lay. This is what you wanted, right? Take it. You'll forget. You'll forget Krishna. Prabhu, the greatest problem in this planet or whole cosmic manifestation is we forget Krishna. That's all. There cannot be anything more painful than that when a devotee forgets Krishna. Right? There are some who forget. And it's very painful to see some devotees who come to satsang, they stay, and for some reason they leave. Right? One is we are unfortunate. We never come to satsang. And then you come to satsang and then for some reason you leave. Leave this satsang is okay. At least you go to some other satsang, continue somewhere. But they don't continue anywhere. They are the most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. Yes. Meaning of forgetting Krishna, yes. What does it mean to forget Krishna? Is you don't remember Krishna or don't feel that Krishna has anything to do with your life. Right? I'm studying, I'll get marks. I get marks, I'll get a job. I'll get a job, I'll get paid well. I'll get paid well, I can buy everything. There is no Krishna in this, right? Yeah. But by remembering Krishna, I will study, but Krishna, help me get a job where I can earn money and I can donate for your services. Right? Help me get a nice team members whom I can inspire to come to satsang. Like Chakrapani Prabhu. My God, is like anybody on the road is seeing you, bring him to satsang. No, just like all of you also. So many have brought so many. Like Raju Prabhu inspired his friend. Where is he? He was somewhere here. Right? Yeah. So we all do that service. We inspire others. Right? That's a great service. So there is Krishna in everything that you do. We should not forget that. Right? That is what it means not to forget Krishna. Are you all good with this verse? Any questions here? Yes, Praveen.
is it mentioned in Shastra that third is Mucha? So they will take karma. What is there during Mucha?
Yeah. So it is mentioned in Shastra. It is there.
Only mentioned for the more lineages, only for the other one it is applicable and not for the
So very good question. Surendra Prabhu is asking, this whole concept of initiation and taking karma, is it applicable only to the 4 sampradayas, Vaishnava sampradayas, or to outside also? See, I have heard this very from different answers from him. Prabhupada had given answer. I have heard different answers, but in Saransh, everybody meant only one thing: that initiation is a process where, out of love, a guru takes responsibility of his disciples. Right? So he taking karma is not like he suddenly gets bad karma onto him. Of course, he takes it. He takes a responsibility, right? And he removes all the negative effects that the person is going to face in future because of all the reactions. He removes it, right? And then he gives him a smooth path to go towards Krishna. For example, to make somebody to come to satsang, you have to do so many things. Sometimes even you have to stand at a traffic signal and tell no traffic today. But for that reason also people don't come to satsang. Project traffic bahut zyada nahi hai. Devotee even thinks how to stop traffic. Maybe Krishna is already stopping traffic. I don't know. But Guru does so many things to keep a person in devotion and to bring him to Krishna. It's not easy. Prabhupada told, I pour my blood, like gallons of blood to bring one person to Krishna consciousness, he says. Right? So yes, they do take the karma, they do take the pain. But your second part of the question, what happens to initiation outside Sampradayas? First of all, it is bogus. The whole thing is bogus outside Sampradaya. There is no meaning to it. One person giving initiation, unfortunately, they are doing it in all institutions now, so-called institutions, because they just want to copy what Sampradaya does, but they don't take any responsibility. In fact, in the 5th canto, 15th chapter, 18th verse, Rishabdev is telling his sons that what is the responsibility of being a father, a mother, a disciple, a guru, right, or a devata. He says the person who cannot deliver his dependents back home, back to Godhead, cannot be a mother, cannot be a father, cannot be a devata, cannot be a guru. Just imagine the heaviness of the statement in Bhagavatam. That those people are not taking any response. They want followers. To get followers, they'll initiate them also. They'll give them name also. They'll do all kinds of some nonsense ritual they'll create. Out of their own whims they'll create. They'll tell a mantra, you should not tell everybody. They all nuisance they do. And there are so many initiating gurus like that. Very unfortunate. It is happening in India. Very unfortunate. And all of them are bogus gurus. No authenticity to what they are. Of course, today's topic is not to discuss about them. But since you asked, that initiation has no meaning. But I'll tell you what they are going to suffer. They are going to suffer. Prabhupada told such gurus who misguide people and use them, utilize them instead of doing the main purpose of a guru, they go into the most horrible hellish planets. For millions of lifetimes, they'll be kept there because a person getting inquisitive towards spirituality is very rare. And that person is misguided into a wrong path. Right? By this fellow. It's like utilizing, somebody who is hungry. Somebody says, I want food. And you bring him home and you say, clean my house, I'll give you food. That fellow will clean the house because he needs food. It's taking undue advantage, right? Isn't it? So these gurus are actually taking undue advantage of innocent people. At the same time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also told that cheaters go to the cheated go to the cheaters. People who want such cheap gurus go to such cheap gurus only. My guru gave me stone. My guru gave me vibhuti. My guru gave me some doll. My guru gave me, some bulb. Some nonsense and tell. Right? My guru gave me chappal. The chappal walks every day. Right? All kinds of gimmicks they'll talk about, but they'll not talk about devotion. Right? That guru, there is no authenticity to that. Yeah. Did I answer? Probably. You can come here. No, I can't see you. Please.
Just the Diksha Guru or Vartamana Guru and Shiksha Guru also take some time.
Vardhamana Pradesh Guru, no, he is somebody who introduces you to Krishna consciousness. It's not like he takes any karma for that. But Siksha Guru, yes. Actually, Siksha Guru is a representative of your Diksha Guru. He performs the task which your Diksha Guru wants to do. Through your Siksha Guru, he does it. Yeah. So Siksha Guru takes. It's a very important thing you asked. If somebody says you are my Siksha Guru, you should fall at his feet. Don't tell that. I mean, we should try to be sincere to what we do. Yeah.
And the other question that I have is it because of the comparison that the Guru has over the disciple that makes him take the karma? Because at the end of the day, he can even choose not to take the karma.
Yes. Pure compassion, too. Pure compassion. That is why it is told, the debt of a Guru can never be repaid. There are some debts which cannot be paid. You should not even think, Gurudeva, what can I give you to do what you have done? We cannot repay Guru. He is taking so much. Today, what anybody takes for anybody from you. Right? He is risking his entire. I mean, he is not risking. We should think that he is risking. He is serving. For him, it is service. He doesn't risk anything. Right? Yeah. So, initiation is a very, very. We'll discuss someday about initiation on length. Some of you are aspiring or should prepare for that. You should prepare mentally. Uh, during initiation, you tell, I give my mind, body, and soul to Krishna. It also includes our house. It also includes our car. It also includes our job. It also includes our children. It also includes our body. It also includes everything. Whatever balance you have in your wallet is your guru's only. Isn't it? The salary that is getting created to is your guru's only. You are using his money for some of it for your family purpose. Remaining is his only. Again, people think like that. No, no, Prabhu, I gave mind, body, and soul, not bank account. Right? Your entire life is his. Your existence is your guru's. You have no business to think of. You have no business to do anything else. Am I right, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we'll go to the next one. Yeah.
You want to ask from Gachibowli is like that if you want Gachibowli.
Yeah.
So if you want to I want to after Radha Samar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if the our Gachibowli should be complete, it should be visible of Radha Samar.
No, no. Yeah, it's a very good question. So you're aspiring. Can some of you come here? There is a lot of empty space that got created there. Everybody, I'm not able to see. Can you come this side? Yeah. Oh, that's it. Sorry to bother you. Easy. Yeah. Yeah. So Prabhuji asked a question. Say if I'm aspiring from Radhanath Swami Maharaj or Jayapataka Swami Maharaj or Loknath Swami Maharaj, right? Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. And if I'm aspiring from some sannyasi, does my Siksha Guru have to be a disciple of that Maharaj? Yes and no. Both are there here. First I'll tell no, then I'll tell yes also. Okay. No, it can be any Siksha Guru, provided that Siksha Guru is repeating what Prabhupada has given. Very clearly. Right? He's exactly following the methodology of preaching and what ISKCON has given. Right? Like Bhakti Shastri or Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything in the right format is following that. Then that Siksha Guru can help you serve your Diksha Guru, whichever Diksha Guru you can go to. Right? That is why you see many times in yatras, people go with different brahmacharis or prabhus. They may not be part of their guru's team, but still they go because the mood is right. And yes, also that the Siksha Guru, it's good if he's also a disciple of your Guru Maharaj, because he will make sure that your Guru Maharaj's ideas and thoughts and projects are also understood by you. It gives an added advantage, a little added advantage. For example, there is a great sannyasi in ISKCON. His name is Bhakti Marg Maharaj. Bhakti Marg Maharaj, he serves in slowly everybody's transition. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So Bhakti Marg Maharaj, his service to Prabhupada is he writes like a lot of nice books, and he conducts dramas. He conducts amazing dramas, not normal dramas, like opera level dramas he conducts. Wherever he goes, the dramas are like unbelievably, synchronized and choreographed, and the music quality, the sound quality, the direction, amazing. And that is how he attracts many people to Krishna consciousness. So his disciples under him know that how can I serve Prabhupada, how can I serve my Guru? Is by either becoming part of the drama, if you have good acting skills, or funding such dramas by supplying money to, conduct such dramas like that. Like Indradunya Maharaj is famous for festivals, big festivals he conducts in Russian countries and Europe and all. So all his disciples, I had one of his disciple, very close friend to me, Vijay Gopal Prabhu. He's a European. Name is Vijay Gopal, he's European. So it was we like 1 year we were like very close friends. And every week we used to have satsang in his house, my house. So he every year, whatever income tax refund you used to get, in US you get that income tax refund because you declare some things and at the end you get that chunk of money. So he'll just get, as soon as he gets it, whatever amount is not attached to it, just transfer to his guru. That is used for the festivals. Right? So having a same Siksha Guru, coming back to your question, helps you serve your Guru even better because uh, the mood is right and you're more focused on what your Guru likes. Did I answer your question? Huh? Yeah. Like Udayanand Prabhu, his Gurudev, his holiness Prabhupada Swami Maharaj. It's very important that he also is in touch with his disciples to understand the mood of Gurudev. And he's also coming here and yeah.
It's like you might like your cousin brother something.
Yeah. Is it what I told is okay, bro? Yeah. So we are all here to serve. That fundamental point is we are all here to serve. But we should make sure that we should take responsibility for that. Right? Are you all okay with this discussion? No? We'll go to the next. Yeah. Okay. So once again, I'm repeating. Please repeat after me. He by whom no one is put into any difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. He by whom no one is put into a difficulty. Even right now there is example. Subhara Prabhu is sitting there because he has sore throat. He doesn't want it to come to anyone else who is sitting there. He by whom no difficulty has to come. Devotee always thinks like that. How I should not be causing any discomfort to any devotee. Right? Everything of our life, every part of our life, we try to follow that principle. Yeah. So we'll go to the next one. What is Krishna telling next? Yeah, 12.16. Please repeat after me. My devotee, who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. Right? Not striving for some result. I told you that time. Isn't it contradictory? We should strive for some result, right? When we are doing book distribution, today I will distribute 20 books, otherwise I'll not go home. It's a good target to keep, right? Then Krishna has to send somebody. You should have a target, you should try to achieve it, but you're not attached to it. Because then your false ego comes into play. Yeah. So, can you think of a devotee who was not very attached to the result in his devotion? Yes, of course. Prabhupada is everywhere. Yes. Anybody else? Huh? Yes, Arjuna. Yes. He was not. At one point, he's like, Krishna, tell me, is the war over? It's over. If you think war is over, it's over. If you tell me war is started, started. I'll shoot wherever you ask me to shoot. Kill that fellow Karna. But Krishna, he is not, okay, you know what? Adam. No discussion. Because Krishna told, even if he doesn't have arms, even if he is on the floor, not on his rath, kill him, that's it. So no, he's not striving for a result. He's doing it. Bhagavad Gita was told to remove the revengeful feeling out of Arjuna. Arjuna had a lot of revengeful feeling in front of, before he started the war. He wanted to take revenge against the insult of his wife. He wanted to take revenge of the plot of killing his mother. He wanted to take revenge of the insult of his brothers. He wanted to take revenge of the difficulties the people faced because of the rule of Dhritarashtra and his sons. So many things he had, revengeful. But Krishna told Bhagavad Gita and removed the revengeful feelings. He told Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Do it because I am telling you. Right? Don't go there with a revengeful. What will happen if you go with a revengeful feeling? What is the problem if you do a war with revengeful feeling?
Use karma.
You get a reaction back, isn't it? You get a reaction back. Everybody, don't never try to take revenge on anyone. Let Krishna give some work to Paramatma also. He'll take care. Krishna is there in our heart. He'll take care. You don't have to be revengeful. Whatever they deserve, they'll get. Doesn't mean that you tell in front of the person, I'm not revengeful. Whatever you deserve, you'll get. That is also still revenge only. Right? In your heart, you should actually tell Krishna, forgive. But that to come out, to get that out of you naturally, it's a blessing of Krishna. It doesn't come that ordinarily. So coming back, so Arjuna is one example. Who else? Hanumanji. Yes, when he jumped towards Lanka, he was not really result oriented. He was going to jump and jump and jump until he finds Sita. Yes. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, gopis are like every verse applies to them, like every verse applies to them. Yes. They do it only for the pleasure of Krishna. Everything only for the pleasure of Krishna. Right? Goswamis, yes. Goswamis, gopis. Brahmana Patnis. Yeah, they are devotees, but I'm not able to understand how they fit this result-oriented thing. Okay, I'll tell an example from Bhagavatam. Prithu Maharaj. So Prithu Maharaj, he does his Ashwamedha Yajnas, right? So if you do 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, you get qualified to replace Indra. So he finishes 99. And he's going to do that. Have you read that Prithu Maharaj section in Bhagavatam? Yes. So just before that 100, Indra becomes uncomfortable. Mera position, he actually is not doing it to get that position, but Indra is like position-oriented fellow. Like, my position will go. So immediately Indra takes, he wants to create disturbance now. Right? He doesn't want that 100th yajna to happen. If that 100th yajna happens, then there is a problem. Right? So he disguises himself like a sannyasi. And he comes and he tries to take away the horse, again and again and again. Not once, he takes away. Then again the horse is brought back. Again he comes like another type of sannyasi. Again takes the horse away. Again it is brought back. Prithu Maharaj's sons are there. They're like, I will kill this fellow, like, Prithu Maharaj, just get the horse. He knows what's going on. Who is that sannyasi coming in again and again, he knows. Different sannyasis. So in one place, one great, senior devotee in ISKCON was explaining that actually Indra represented all the fake sampradayas today, appearing in different sannyasi robes, like coming again and again to steal away the devotion, like, right? So people come in so many different new ways to attract, spiritual society. So many things are going on, right? So that is a kind of representative. Indra represented that at that point. So Prithu Maharaj was, just imagine, it's not easy to do Ashwamedha Yajna. It's not easy. And he did 99 of them, 99. Already he has achieved something that nobody could achieve. Only Indra finished that 100th. That is why he became Indra. So at one point, the advisors, Prithu Maharaj gets angry. Why is he not? See, Prithu Maharaj was doing it for the satisfaction of Vishnu, not to get Indra's position. So he felt angry because he was not able to complete his service to Vishnu. See the difference. His anger is not because he wants to get a title that I finished 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, but he was getting angry and anxiety because he was not able to finish the service. And then he says, "I'm going to kill this Indra." And immediately, the Brahmanas who are helping him in the Ashwamedha Yajna, they tell Prithu Maharaj that no, don't you cannot kill the sannyasi, even if he is Indra coming like that. That will destroy the whole yajna. You can kill the horse if you want, but not the Brahmana. That's not allowed. We can kill the Brahmana. You do a thing, don't worry. Next time Indra comes, we will chant a mantra and kill him. And immediately hearing that all Brahmanas, Maha Brahmana, Brahmaji comes forward. Immediately, hey, what are you doing? No killing Indra. Don't do that. It's not the whole purpose of why you are doing what you are doing. Then it tells Ritu Maharaj, don't do the last week. Yeah. Just don't do it. Just imagine in that situation, in front of the whole arena, whole universes are watching Ritu Maharaj what he's doing. He says, okay, I'll not do it. Why? Because Brahma is also representative of Lord Vishnu. He's a Gunavatara. Right? One of the Gunavatara is Brahma. So as soon as he hears, he says, yeah, my father is sending this message that I should not do the 100. Immediately Indra becomes, yes, my son, thank you very much. My position is secure. And Ritu Maharaj leaves the yajna there. Right? So such is my devotee. Krishna is telling such is my devotee, who's not attached to even that. Even that is not attached. Right? It's okay. If I couldn't finish, that's okay. If I couldn't finish my book distribution, what is the target of Bhagavatam distribution this year? 365. We have to achieve 365, by the way. But if you don't achieve, we achieve 364, what will you do? Withdraw 6,000 rupees, take one Bhagavatam. But the mood should be, we are not result oriented. Ultimately, why are we doing what we are doing? Why we are distributing Bhagavatam? It pleases Prabhupada. That is the main purpose. Forget about everything else. It pleases Prabhupada. Prabhupada's desire was every gentleman on the planet should have Bhagavatam in his house. Literally every house should have Bhagavatam in their house. Then automatically people will start reading their Bhagavatam one day. Right? When you have it, you will start it. If you don't have it, when will you start it? Some people say, Prabhu, मेरे घर में नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ. है ना? घर में है ना? है. पढ़ोगे एक दिन. Don't worry. What is the probability of you reading Bhagavatam when you have it and when you don't have it? When you have it, it's more, right? You'll start someday. So better have it. Or Bhagavad Gita or any of the scriptures, right? So we do it for the pleasure. But at the same time, we are not too much attached to getting the recognition for what we are doing. Yeah? That's not the whole point. It comes as a burden. Problem in spiritual life is everybody will come and praise you. Arey Prabhuji, kya distribution karte Prabhuji? You have to hear that, tolerate that. Because actually you know that you're not the one distributing. He is the one who is distributing. He is the one who wrote that scripture. He is the one who brings the buyer also. He is the one who is giving it also. He's doing everything. We are like instruments in between. Right? We should always remember that. So a devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result is very dear to me. Any questions on this?
Why did Brahma help Indra?
He didn't help Indra. He did not want Ritu Maharaj to do any ghastly activity at the end of the whole thing. Right? Forever it will remain like, he's killed Indra. And what was the whole purpose of doing those Ashwamedha Yajnas was to please Vishnu. And Indra is also kind of a representative of Vishnu only. He is taking care of one duty. But the problem is that duty sometimes makes you very attached to it. Right? Every day morning you're getting Somarasa. Next day morning you don't get, you're like, where is my Somarasa? Right? That very difficult position. If you go to heavenly planets, practicing devotion is very difficult. Huh? It's good here where some suffering is there. Boss is giving suffering, wife is giving suffering, neighbor is giving suffering, we are giving suffering. So it's good to do devotion here. In heavenly planets, you don't get old only. You know that, right? No hair dyes. Heavenly planets. No need. No beauty parlor. No hospitals. No Apollo. No care. No sunshine. No hospitals in heavenly planets. No disease only. There is no disease in heavenly planet. Do you all know that? Jara and Vyadi are not there in heavenly planet. But Janma and Mrityu are there. That is even worse, isn't it? I'm like totally happy, my health. Sudden death. You're like, what happened to this fellow? Right now he was doing, 100 kilometer marathon, suddenly died. So you don't know why people are dying. Here you know why people are dying. You give some symptoms before, right? Suddenly color will change. This will change. Your back will have problem. This problem. Slowly you'll get to know. This fellow is coming near. Ara is cut turn. In heavenly planets, you'll not know that. Yeah. So should we go to the next verse?
Indra will not get any punishment for this type of people.
Indra gets punished many times. But Indra is Indra. Without Indra, where is the teachings in Bhagavatam? He's doing service by doing those activities to glorify. Isn't it? If Indra would not have done what he has done, we would have never understood Govardhan Lila only. So Indra does a lot of services like that. But Indra's question is very difficult. Once one devotee asked the same question like, how come Krishna allows such a person to sit in Indra's place? Then my Guru has told, do you want to sit in his place? You want? No. Then why are you asking? Don't ask. No need to be in such a place. So many facilities. Prabhu, it's no doubt to tell that when material facilities increase, it affects devotion. Don't be the illusion to think that it will not affect. It will affect devotion. There is no discussion about it. If you are in a very high position in office or business, or your house is the most opulent house, it will affect devotion. The more opulent you go towards, the more your round should increase, the more your sadhana should increase, the more your satsang should increase, the more your spiritual priority should increase. Otherwise, you are doomed. That is why devotees who are very rich materially are also very advanced devotees. Very advanced devotees. Because if they're not advanced, they cannot stay there and be in devotion. Right? I myself have seen, like one disciple often is seen Yatra, Rishikesh Mafatlal Prabhu. Right? Krishna Chandra Prabhu, he comes, owner of Mafatlal Industries. Mafatlal Industries is not a small empire. Huge empire. What is the service he does? He does the service of being a bus coordinator. So every bus he comes, everybody, chalo, get in. Now we'll go to the next location. It's a very menial service. One fellow will be sitting somewhere. Prabhuji, please come. Prabhuji, please. Time over. Rishikesh Mafatlal. Right? He takes care of keeping all chappal in right way outside the temple when satsang is going on. Rishikesh Mafatlal. He can only do that. If you hear his Bhagavatam class, you'll know what he is. He gives class also. Right? He's rich, but he also has to be advanced. So if you want to be, I don't want to say that, but increase your spiritual commitments. Money Krishna will give. It's actually a burden to carry too much sometimes. Yeah. Are we good to go to the next verse? Yeah? You all understood till now?
Started his lecture with all devotees to he started his lecture saying that all devotees to
Hare
had he
Krishna.
not been there, the Leela would not have happened.
Yes, Leela would not have happened. All glories to Gachibowli. Yes. All glories to anybody who came in Krishna Leela. Anybody. 12.17. Repeat after me. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me. So what is auspicious, what is inauspicious? Right? Why is Krishna telling he is not attached to even auspiciousness? What does it mean to be auspicious? Something is auspicious when it is giving you happiness. When something gives you happiness, that you call as auspicious. Then something that gives you anxiety and pain is inauspicious. Isn't it? So why is Krishna telling that even auspiciousness is a problem? Don't be attached to even something that is auspicious. Anyone tell me why?
you might get attached to the possibility that is an auspiciousness is there, there is tendency that we might get attached.
Yes, we will get attached. Yes. And how are they not different? Let me put the question in a different way. Auspicious and inauspicious, both are same, Krishna is saying. Are they both same? Can they be same?
Effect is same.
Effect is same. Can you explain how?
But if we like something auspicious, we are liking and we are attaching. Inauspicious, we are not liking. And we are attaching in a way like I don't want that.
Very nice answer. Yes. Anything else?
Trying to say is both auspicious means material attachment and inauspicious means forgetting Krishna. Anything where it makes you forget Krishna.
That is bhakti. That is like ultimate. What you're saying is like remembering Krishna is everything.
Your auspicious means you are getting some punya karma. Inauspicious means you are getting bad karma. So either both of us, finally you are going to stay here, you are not going to.
Hari bol, Hari bol. That was the answer I was looking at. Yes, that is the thing. Whether it's auspicious or inauspicious. Brahma Bhunaloko Punaravartino Arjuna.
You want us to go back.
We will again come back here, whether it's auspicious or inauspicious. Are you all understanding what I'm saying? You'll again take birth. You'll again get old. You'll again get deceased. You'll again die. Where is the question of finding anything auspicious in the material world? Yeah.
Devotees or people who might be keeping Krishna in the center and they might see it as auspicious.
That way it is okay. When Krishna is there in it, everything is Krishna conscious. Right? I'm trying to tell in general, auspicious, inauspicious, people that people talk about. Right? It's good, it's a good days now, bad days now, all this. People think a lot of things, right? What way it is good or bad? Everything that you get in this material world, you have to leave it and go. You have to die and take birth again. Right? Jatasi dhruva mrityu. Right? You have to leave this body and take another body. Dhruvan janma mrutasya cha. Tasmad apariyate natvam sochitam arhasi. Krishna is telling you have to, anybody who leaves the body has to take the next body. So where is the question of you doing anything auspicious in this life? There is actually nothing called auspicious and inauspicious. When you are repeating the cycle of birth and death, you are fools, that's all. I am doing Vrata, I have gone to Kedarnath, I have gone to Badrinath, I have gone here, tick, 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 tick. I have got this Sukriti, that Mukti, I have given this donation, the temple I constructed, that bell I gave, that whatever. You're all doing, but what is the thing? Auspicious? You're only seeking auspicious. But if you're seeking Krishna Bhakti, it's over. Your motive and objective should be Krishna. Right? That's what Krishna says. Sarva Dharman. Remove all the dharmas out. Only for me you're doing it. Then everything is auspicious. Yat karosh, yat tasnasi. What is it? Verse? Yes, I forgot. Count there. Bhakti problem. To revise verses, Hare Krishna. Yes. Do it for me, Krishna is saying. Whatever you offer, whatever you give, whatever you want to say, do it for me. When you do it for me, it's beyond auspicious, bhakti. But auspicious, not auspicious is all khichdi. Right? Murtam chudodda mare? Devotees murtam chudodda? Chudale. Problem is ledu. Endu chudale? So that the activity will be properly performed for Krishna. For Krishna. Understand? You are seeing Muhurta so that everything goes nicely for Krishna, not for your own advantage. There is a very subtle difference. Very subtle difference. If that for Krishna is not there, then it is for me. Right? Why it has to happen? It has to happen for Krishna. I am buying a house. Should the Vastu be right? Yeah, it should be right, because having a right Vastu will make sure that my mind functions correctly, the air in the house goes correctly, so my mind functions correctly. When my mind will function correctly, I can chant properly. Because chanting will happen nicely, I think Vastu is needed. But Is Vastu really needed for you to chant? No, it's not needed. You can sit and chant anywhere you want to sit and chant. Right? But if somebody thinks that, yes, Vastu will help me in chanting, so be it. You understand? If Vastu will help you in chanting, you think like that, then be it. That auspiciousness is Krishna. The very little subtle difference. Are you all getting it? Any questions on that? Huh? I will see a perfect, I have to marry my son to a girl. I have to marry my daughter to a boy. So I want to find the right combination. All the matching should be perfect. All that. What is it? Jatakam. Kundali should be perfect. Gunalu. Jan Kundali should, everything should match. Right? All that is it auspicious or inauspicious activity? It's auspicious activity. But a Krishna conscious devotee, should he see that gunas? Yes, he should see, because if the partner comes with right gunas, instead of chanting each other's names, they'll chant God's names. Isn't it? But at a level of Krishna, when you are worshipping totally dependent on Krishna, and you found the most ridiculous partner, that is also mercy of Krishna. You'll chant Krishna's name even loudly. Right? The partner is coming every day. I want to divorce you. I don't want to live with you. What can I do? I pray. Krishna, 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 please save my children. Please save my family, save my situation. That is also good only. Ultimately, you are taking shelter of Krishna. Right? So finding a very favorable partner also is a good thing. Finding a very unfavorable partner also is a good thing. But actually finding a very favorable partner is a very dangerous thing also. You might forget Krishna and become a wife conscious or husband conscious. That is also very, very dangerous. Right? So there should be a balance. You should never forget Krishna. That's the whole point. That is auspicious. That is exactly what is auspiciousness. Any questions? Who neither laments nor desires. What does it mean, not laments? See, I'll tell you a small story of a Chinese farmer. So this Chinese farmer, he went to a forest. He found a nice horse. He brought that horse home, and all the villagers in his village told him, "Hey, you are a farmer. You found a horse. Now you can use that horse in, nicely in your farming work." For a farmer, having animals is a very good thing. You can use that. So with the farmer, what is that auspicious, inauspicious you're saying? They say, getting a horse in forest is very auspicious. So what is the point of auspicious? Whatever God gives is auspicious for me. And then after some time, that horse runs away. He back into the forest. Then again villagers will come and tell, "Hey, your horse ran away, it is inauspicious, don't you know? Very inauspicious symptom, your animal ran away into the forest." So when did I say it is auspicious, inauspicious? It came, it is auspicious, it went into the auspicious. Whatever God gives is auspicious. Then that one black horse is the one that comes and goes. It comes back with another 7 white horses from the forest. Again, people go, "Hey, you got 1 horse plus 8, total 8 horses you got. You're very auspicious, you get so many." Then what auspicious, inauspicious you're talking about? Right? It have come, whatever God gives is okay. And then his child, the farmer child, he gets on that horse, he tries riding, and he suddenly falls, breaks his leg. Completely splits apart the leg. Leg is gone. He's become handicapped. Immediately the farmers will come and, "Hey, your son, your only child, losing his leg is very inauspicious." So what inauspicious we are talking about? Whatever Krishna gave, he only gave legs, he only took the legs. Right? Then that king of that province, he is doing a war. And he's mass recruiting all the people forcefully, all the youngsters. Everybody in the village is forced to join the army except his son, because he's handicapped. Then the villagers will come and tell, "You are very lucky, huh? Because you at least have a son. Our sons are all gone." This is auspicious. What nonsense again, auspicious. There is nothing called auspicious, inauspicious in the material world. Everything is temporary. Auspicious is temporary, inauspicious is temporary. Right? What is there to lament for losing anything? Huh? People get attached to such silly things. Such silly things people get attached to. How many have seen the movie Titanic? Okay, you can lift your hand. Right? So at the end of the movie, I also saw, I cried also. So Jack and Rose, right? Jack and Rose, yeah. So after the whole movie, the camera goes back into the sea, water, and the whole broken up ship suddenly starts becoming, like decorated back to normal, and again it comes back, and all the characters of the movie are shown back, right? And it comes back to the place where they're standing, and all of them say thank you for the movie watch, like that. And so everybody are crying more, seeing that scene, and everybody relating to each place, the place where they first met, that bench is shown, the place where they first stood, that corner of the ship is shown, the place where this, dance, that floor is shown, and everybody are like, oh, this place, huh? This place, huh? This place, huh? Re. So after watching the movie, people are getting attached to that place also. And I heard there are some people who actually went to find Titanic after watching the movie, because they wanted to see the Titanic, touch the Titanic. That's a very place. Even we live in a house, right? We lived in a house, whatever house that we live in. When we are leaving the house, finally we sold the house, we are closing the door. We'll again open. See how unknowingly you're getting attached to things. There are useless material things. But for a devotee, it's a little different. When he leaves the house, he remembers how many satsangs he had in that house. How many devotees visited that house. There are some devotees who never change their house because their guru came to that house. They never change the house. There is one devotee I know, he is driving the oldest model of Maruti 800 because his Guru Maharaj went in that car. He is a senior director in a company now. He can buy one Maruti 800 every month. Or one Maruti, whatever, car, every month he can buy. That is his salary today. But even now he goes in that old cut that boxy kind of, Maruti 800, the first model. Because his guru sat in that seat. So that attachment is good. No problem. But there is Krishna and Guru. I don't want to lose this. Right? I don't want to lose this memory of where my Guru is. Right? That kind of attachment is okay. Because that's Krishna conscious related attachment. But all other attachment nonsense, is like, there's no meaning to it. There's nothing auspicious or inauspicious, and nothing to lament. Nothing to lament. I lost it. I lost my property. I lost my house. What is there to have in first place? Where is the question of losing it? Right? You never had it, you got it, you lost it. I tell you the example of His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj, my son Hriday. Did I tell you that? Yeah, in the temple in Denver. This fellow, he was very small, my son. He was hardly 3 years old. No, not 3. I think 4.5 years old. Something like that. So he looked at Bhakti Raghav Maharaj. I was standing near Maharaj. I said, okay, you go and take his blessings. Repeat Pranam. Maharaj said, yes, yes. Very nice, very sweet, Maharaj. Then my son got up. Maharaj, where is your second leg? I said, yes. Because Maharaj doesn't have a leg. He lost his leg trying to save a deity. There was a big attack in Mayapur, and some dacoits even shot bullets and all that. During that time, he was shot so badly that they had to amputate his leg itself. It was so embarrassing for me. I'm standing in front of Maharaj, and my son is like, Maharaj, where is your other leg? Anybody else would have felt offended or something. But without any, like in a natural flow, Maharaj told, Krishna gave it, Krishna took it. I was so relieved hearing that answer. My God, what did my son do? What did he ask? But it was a natural answer, right? I mean, that's a consciousness. Krishna gave it, Krishna took it. Our back Krishna gave her back. Krishna wants to take it. He'll take it. Right? Our health, Krishna gave it. Krishna took it. This body, Krishna gave it. Krishna took it. Krishna is telling in 18th chapter, this is a yantra given by Krishna. This is a machine given by Krishna to cross over the cycle of birth and death. Right? We'll go to the next verse. 18th. Yeah. Please repeat after me. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me. Right? So, how can you be same to friends and enemies? Can you do that? Very difficult. Very difficult. Only a devotee can be with that. Only a devotee. The person who is not practicing devotion cannot even think of following something like this. Right? Who is same to friends and enemies. Was Arjuna same to friends and enemies? Yes. He was not crying in the first chapter that my brothers, my mother. He was saying entire Kuru dynasty. He was telling it's okay if these enemies come and kill me. I don't want to kill them. It's okay if they come and even kill me. He says that in the first chapter. Right? He's equal. For him, there is no enemy. Paradukka dukhi. Right? You cannot see the misery of others. A devotee doesn't see whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Hindu. He doesn't see that. He sees only one thing. Oh, this soul is suffering in this body. The soul is suffering in this body. That's all he sees. Of course, some other things that are happening today in India, where we have to save our Sanatana Dharma. That's a different thing. But we are not against people. We are against what they are following. What some of them are following. We are not against people. They are all suffering. Every person is suffering in that body. Going through the cycle of birth and death. Fighting with three gunas. Right? Isn't it? Every person. That's what a devotee is. So for him, there is no enemy. Devotee never has any enemy. Right? And he is not he is equipoised in honor and dishonor. Whether you are honored or dishonored, it's the same for a devotee. Can you give an example? Jadabharata. Beautiful example. He's honored or dishonored. He just takes a position that, you know what? Let people honor me or not dishonor me. I want to just have my privacy. I want to be fixed in my devotion. Right? And exactly another example of Jadabharata is Raghugana also. He's a king. And when he finds out that an ordinary person is going to give a class, keep aside my honor. I want to listen from this sadhu. And he hears and that is recorded in Bhagavatam. Right? There's so many pastimes. Heat and cold, happiness and distress is equal. Best example is Srivas Thakur. Right? Srivas Thakur, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing the kirtan in his house. Sometimes I look like a ghost here. The real me is this. Hare Krishna. So does this come back or? How come the speaker is not working? You should have a battery, right? 1 second. Hare Krishna. No, batteries are gone because we're not using them enough. That's the reason they go. Okay. Anyway, you all can hear me? Yes. Okay, I'll try to be a little louder until it comes. So, it came. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Srivas Thakur. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing kirtan in his house. And he's so excited that God is coming and dancing in my house every day. Right? He is so happy. And in that happiness, one day, while the kirtan and dance is going on, that's okay, it can take its time. Yeah. Suddenly his wife calls Shiva Thakur. Can you please come here? He says, what happened? So our son died. Something happened, he died. And Shiva Thakur is like, but why did you call me now? Why did you call me now? Don't you see Mahaprabhu is dancing? Don't you know he'll get disturbed? Don't you know what is going on in the house? Stupid lady. Go inside. Don't call me like this. And she's crying. Mother is crying. Right? And Srivas Thakur is also crying. But he's wiping away the tears. That Mahaprabhu is dancing. What are you calling me here and there? We'll see. Anyway, it's over. After Mahaprabhu leaves, we'll take care of the remaining. What is there? He's anyway gone. He's gone. The son is gone. Right? And he goes back and he's again dancing with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is nicely, blissfully dancing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. It's not you can't imagine what that dance is. Huh? Don't even think. We have not seen nobody dancing like Mahaprabhu. And Srivas Thakur is dancing and suddenly Mahaprabhu is dancing and Mahaprabhu feels, hey, Srivas, something is wrong in this house. Something wrong has happened. I'm not feeling the same ecstasy of chanting Krishna's name. Something wrong. She was like, he didn't say, yes, Mahaprabhu, you're right. He didn't say, no, Mahaprabhu, nothing has happened. Everything is okay. But Mahaprabhu says, no, Srivas, you're hiding something from me. You're hiding something from me. Right? Just see the devotion. It's like, Mahaprabhu, please, don't. It's a disservice, Mahaprabhu. You've come here, you're dancing. No. Something, you're hiding something. Then Mahaprabhu goes into the house and he sees Srivas' son has died. And then he's like, Srivas, what are you doing? Your son has died. How can you not tell me? You should have stopped me. I was dancing and we're doing kirtan there. How you should have stopped me? Then Srivas says, Mahaprabhu, but you are dancing, Mahaprabhu. How can I give displeasure to you by stopping you from what you're doing? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starts crying. What kind of a person are you? Your son has died. And you're not even caring about that. And you're only engrossed how I will be happy. No, this is not right. Right? There's a whole beautiful pastime. You should read Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a long chapter of how the son comes back and tells Srivas that, my father is Supreme Lord, I'm nobody's son. I left the body. And that's the consciousness, right? So when Krishna says happiness and distress, heat and cold, such devotee is very dear to me. What kind of devotee? Srivas Thakur. Right? Honor and dishonor. Right? Having wealth, not having wealth. Again, Srivas Thakur is another example. Like Srivas Thakur had 3 brothers. I forgot their names. Does anyone remember? 3 brothers. So he was the main person in the house, head of the family. And he had children. Srivas Thakur had children. And there are brothers' wives and huge family. It was not like Srivas Thakur was living in a nuclear family, 2-bedroom flat or anything. It was a nice courtyard, big house, so much big family. And he was not working. Neither he was doing business, no agriculture, no employment, nothing was doing. All the time, Mahaprabhu, Kirtan. People will come and give some food in the house, the food will be cooked and everybody will eat. That's all. No, we should not follow that example. I'm not telling you. We are not Srivas Thakur. So one day Mahaprabhu comes to Srivas Thakur and he says, Srivas, what are you doing in life? I see you all the time chanting and dancing with me, but what are you doing? You are a grahastha. You are supposed to work. You should take care of your family. You have wife, you have children, you have your brothers. The huge family, you should take care of that family. And she was like, Mahaprabhu, that's okay. I said, what do you mean that's okay? You should take care of your family, that's your responsibility. What are you doing, Srivas? He says, like this is. 3 times he clapped. She was. Can everybody clap? Whenever I tell you clap. Okay? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what do you mean clapping like this? You should do something and fix your life. Don't you know that it's a responsibility of Grahastha? You should earn, you should take care of your family. Who will give you everything that you have? Mahaprabhu says this too much. On one side, I'm telling you what you should do, and you're clapping. Then Srivas Thakur says, Mahaprabhu, I know who you are. The day my family doesn't get food to eat, or the necessities of my family are not taken care, I will tie a big stone to my feet and jump in Ganga. I have that much faith that Krishna will take care of me. That Krishna will take care of me. I have that much faith. If Krishna is not going to take care of me, then what is the point in me having my plans? And Mahaprabhu becomes like totally ecstatic, hearing that answer. Like, you have so much faith, Srivas. There's so much faith that no matter what happens, current will be back. Right? So, should I? Okay, we can continue. So, it says you have so much faith that you can just remain like this. Oh, Srivas, I am telling you today. Mahaprabhu says the sentence, please. He says, even if a day comes when Lakshmi Devi has to beg in front of houses, your family will have its full quota of your resources. Right? That's not an ordinary statement. He says, even if Lakshmi Devi, a day comes when Lakshmi Devi has to go and beg for money, but your family will never be bereft of any resources. That is the faith Krishna has on devotees and devotees have on Krishna. And such devotee is very clear, right? That is completely dependent on Krishna. Completely dependent on Krishna. There is no other thought. Right? And I'm telling you, Prabhupada Matajis, devotional life is really, really awesome, really great if you have faith in Krishna. If you have faith in Krishna. And if you take some risks for Krishna, take some risks. Krishna, comfort me matro. Thoda risk low. Don't calculate also too much. Take some risks for Krishna and see how Krishna will reciprocate. And those risks will actually make you get more attached to Krishna. I'm not telling what risk to take. Hare Krishna? Was it me? No, it was not me. Maybe some ghostly person has listened. Huh? Oh, is it? Oh. I'm switching on. So take some risks for Krishna. Prabhupada has taken so many risks. How well Krishna has reciprocated, isn't it? He took his entire life is risk. Every endeavor of Prabhupada is risk. Going to America is risk. Going to France is risk. Going to Germany is risk. Going to Russia is risk. Going to Iran is risk. Going to Africa is risk. Tell me where Prabhupada didn't take risk. He took risk everywhere. And how did Krishna reciprocate to him back? When Prabhupada was there in Germany, some people planned to kill Prabhupada. That if the Rath Yatra, just if it comes out, if the Rath comes out, there are going to be people who come and shoot Prabhupada. All planned. Hey. Just keep a watch. Children should not watch into that direction. Yeah. So, Hare Krishna. So, what is that? Yeah, Rath Yatra. And Prabhupada told, Rakhe Krishna Mare Koi, Mare Krishna Rakhe Koi. I will go in Rath Yatra, I will stand in the front and dance. That is Prabhupada. Full faith in Krishna. Nobody came to kill Prabhupada. All that intelligence that devotees came with, But devotees were very concerned about Prabhupada. Prabhupada, don't go, please. No, I'll go. Prabhupada is Prabhupada. He will not stop for anything. Right? They broke all the temples in Germany. One day, when Prabhupada was in Germany, they literally broke all the temples, Chota temples, wherever they opened. And it came in the news. Hare Krishnas have, all the temples have been broken by, just like that thing. And one devotee ran to Prabhupada the newspaper. Prabhupada, see what is coming in the newspaper. Hare Krishna temples have been broken. Prabhupada, very nice. What, Prabhupada, what do you mean Hare Krishna? Our temples are broken. Entire Germany is saying Hare Krishna in the morning. For him, everything is auspicious. Prabhupada, like temple aaya, temple gaya. So everybody chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We are disciples, we are grand disciples of a extremely crazy spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Crazy for Krishna. Right? So we should also do some crazy things sometimes. No problem. Take some risks here and there. Do something crazy. Do some crazy things. Like we are doing something that very rarely people do. Is we are building a Rath for Jagannath. Right? Rath is in progress. It's being constructed as we speak. Right? So it's a crazy thing to do. How many of you in 2015 thought that you will be part of building a Jagannath Rath? How many of you in 2019 thought you'll be sitting like this in Satsang and discussing about Jagannath Rath? How many in 2022 January thought that we will build a Rath for Jagannath? Nobody. He planned it. The Rath was supposed to come, he stopped by him only. From Vaishnava temple, it was supposed to come, it got stopped. Now we have to suddenly build the Rath. Tomorrow morning, you have to go to the Auto Nagar and see where is my Rath, kya kar raha hai? Right? But we have to enthusiastically do whatever we have got this opportunity. It's a very rare opportunity. Rare opportunity. Isn't it? If you build a Rath for Krishna, Krishna will bring in you, he'll come in that Rath and take you back in that Rath only. Back home, back to God. Right? So how many get that opportunity? So be enthusiastic. There are some services for that Rath. Please enthusiastically take it up. You have to buy a kalash. 1 feet by 1 feet. I'm telling you the total service only. This 1 feet by 1 feet, there is a kalash that has to be bought. We are collecting funds to buy, don't worry about the money. But I need 2 people to go scan the entire city. From Afzalganj to Koti to, I don't know what you'll do, get that kalash. Kalash with Sudarshan Chakra on the top. And I need it in the next 3 days. Because I have to go and give it to that welding person. He has to exactly fit that and weld it and screw it now itself. Otherwise, that portion will be left. I don't know who will take the service. I'm not going to ask. But whoever is going before buying, call me because I don't want 20 kalashes. Right? But we have to be enthusiastic in doing it. It can be 3 feet tall. It can be 3 feet tall or more. Or it can, but the base should not be more than 1 feet, 1 square feet. Right? Prabhu, can you send that picture of the kalash on the top? Prabhuji will send it in BG24. So be enthusiastic to search for it. Go, put a leave. That's okay. Sick leave. Or paid leave. Or unpaid leave. But go and do that service. Right? And get a nice painter who can paint the Rath, the nice. And I think Satya Prabhu is already he already knows somebody. Right? And just think about it. What else you want to keep on the Rath? What is your contribution to the Rath? Now I'm not talking about money. Money anyway you all will give. What else? Don't you want to hang your small Rath on that Rath? Huh? You want to keep some special garland to Jagannath? कुछ है नहीं है. Today is Father's Day. Our Jagannath is asking, मेरा बच्चा मेरे लिए क्या लेकर आएगा रथ पे? What will you bring? What is your offering? Start planning. Right? So be enthusiastic for the service of Jagannath. I was thinking whether to share or not, but don't try to put it in any terms of any money number or anything. But my mother is here. She and my father were discussing. My father is, I told my father that he keeps forgetting now. His memory is not proper. So we are building a Rath. We all are trying to do something. He told, I want to contribute 50,000 rupees. He told like that. Yeah. So he is giving. It's as I said, don't count the money thing. It's not can be 5 rupees or 5 crores also. But he's thinking. And he told that ఏమన్నాడు అది కాక ఇంకోటి కూడా చెప్పిండు ఫస్ట్ he told entire Rath I want to do it. Anyway, so another thing that he told is I want to become well very soon so I can go for the Rath Yatra. He wants to come and pull the Rath. Right? At least that feeling he has. We all should have that. We all should also have that feeling. That's the reason I was sharing. He is at a place where half hand is working, half leg is working, but he is enthusiastic to pull the Rath. For us, all 4 limbs are working. Are we enthusiastic to pull the Rath or no? Right? You should think about it. Right? Let's pray to Krishna that it should be done grandly and opulently. Opulently. I was thinking, on his behalf, the whole Prasadam cost of my home avatar, let my father sponsor it, whatever way, whatever it is. Because he wants that to be done. So you also can do something. You can bring garlands, you can, I think the account number is already shared by Mahesh Prabhu. Yeah. And Padma Mati is also shared in different groups. Encourage others also. Agyata Sukriti. Without his knowledge, he has given something to Jagannath. 5 rupees for Rath he has given. He'll be taken back home, back to God. Right? It's not about money. It's not about a number. It's about the intention, the endeavor to do something for Jagannath. And such devotee is very dear to me. Right? Okay. So always silent, satisfied. Very important one another. Who is always free from contaminating association. Very important. Right? Asat Sanga Tyaga. We should be very careful whom we are associating with. Prabhus and Matajis, we are living in a very, very dangerous place. And bad association is all over the place. All over the place. If we want to take risk, then it's very difficult. Unless your sadhana is very good, don't take any risk. What does it mean to not associate with bad associates? What does it mean? That means tomorrow morning I'll not go to office. Everybody is bad around me, I'll not go. No, everybody is good. Problem is not there, problem is here. Right? Your intentions are not ready. Are not clean. I don't have control over my senses. That is the reason I should avoid bad association. People immediately bad association. Prabhuji, I have this much percentage bad association in office, this much percentage bad association in home. No, that is not a way to look at the sentence. The sentence is everybody is Krishna's devotee, but I am not ready to face any risky association. Okay, some people are non-devotees. They're not devotees. Should you not talk to them? You should talk to them. Should you not be with them? You should be with them. But don't have to hear what they say, or rather follow what they say. If you follow what they say, you're taking their association. Right? You can be with them. You can talk to them. You can eat with them. You can go around with them. You can do a lot of work with them. You have to do. They're good. They're all children of Krishna only. But they're not in right motives right now. So you should not follow what they're saying. When you follow what they're saying, then you're taking their association. If they say, why you are following all this devotion, take it easy, go around, go for a vacation, forget about it. Next year you can see. Don't have to follow that. People might say that. Right? Yes. So contaminating association. Even Mahaprabhu told many times, Asat Sanga Tyaga is part of devotion. Sat Sanga is good, Asat Sanga is very bad. Very, very bad. Asat Sanga are the people who will remove your attachment from Krishna. That is the meaning of Asat Sanga. Right? Who will remove the faith of Krishna. Right? Always silent and satisfied. What does it mean to be silent? We discussed about it. Huh? Only talking about Krishna means you're silent. Only talking about Krishna means you're silent. Only talking about Prajalpa is bad. It's like you're speaking nonsense. Prabhupada told the word nonsense. Yeah. Who doesn't care for any residence? Don't get too attached to your house. Whatever you have or whatever you will have, use it in service of Krishna. Keep that in mind. Fix it. I'm telling you, very important. If Krishna has given you a small house or a big house, tall house or a wide house, doesn't matter. Think about how can I use this house in service of Krishna. Every tile, square feet of the house should be used in service of Krishna. Then you are safe. Otherwise, my God, our mind can pull us in different directions, and we'll start feeling, after going to that house, my rounds will improve. Will it ever happen like that? After going to the house, the pakka rounds will decrease. If that is how you're thinking. Right? There is never a point from which Krishna consciousness will improve. It has to improve now. Prabhu, I cannot start bhakti because I have this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem. My son is not cooperating, my father is unwell, my mother is there, my wife is like, Hare? Radhesha Prabhu beautifully told, you want to learn swimming, don't wait for the tides to stop. Simple, isn't it? If somebody wants to learn swimming, can you say, after the last tide, I'll jump? Tides will keep coming. There is no end to tides. That is the nature of water. That is the nature of air. So you have to start today. Now, whatever condition you are, start bhakti and let it go in the same enthusiasm. And enthusiasm should increase year after year. And it should be self-driven enthusiasm. How many already started thinking about Bhadra Purnima? Yes. And when you should not think about Bhadra Purnima? Never, always. My tension for next Bhadra Purnima starts on the day of Bhadra Purnima. Because I want to do service. Right? Our endeavor for next Rath Yatra should start when? On the Rath Yatra day. How will the next Rath Yatra happen? How differently it should happen? How best it should happen? Right? How the next Janmashtami has to happen? Janmashtami is coming, Prabhuji. Into plan lenti. What is the plan? By the way, before I forget, so next week we have a very, very amazing couple visiting us for a whole day. From ISKCON Chowpatty, they traveled around the world. Just recently they returned from US. They went and did satsangs everywhere. His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Priya Mataji. Hari Bol. But Hari Bol is not just. Still something missing. Yes, it should be like that, Krishna is sending a couple to tell us something. Tell you something. Krishna is sending some special people. So we have them coming next Sunday. So next Sunday, you don't have to tolerate me. Next Sunday, we have amazing couple who is going to give a class in VSK in the evening. Right? So the program is afternoon, there is a session in my house, in our house, Radha Gopi Vallabh's house, only for Matajis. Vishaka Priya Mataji will discuss some Mataji session. Right? So Saki Sangha kind of a session. So please everybody block your time and you all should be in our house by 2 p.m. From 2 to 4 p.m. is a session only for Matajis. And from there everybody will go to VSK. Right? And there we'll go and do some Go Puja, spend some time with the cows until 5:30. In 5:30 the class will start in VSK. 7:30 it will get over. Prabhuji and Mataji, both of them will talk. They're exemplified couple. Exemplified. They have dedicated their life for Krishna. And they're a counselor for thousands of people, thousands of families. So much they went through. They could not have children. They had a lot of problems. They could not have children. But they did not stop their devotion there. They increased their devotion. See, Krishna, okay, now you're not giving that responsibility. We are going to take more responsibility. So Prabhuji is a doctor. Prabhuji is a doctor and Mataji is an amazing speaker. one of my favorite speakers. More than Prabhuji, I like Mataji's talking. She's like, she speaks from heart. Vishakha Mataji. Very bubbly, very, very nice. She's like a mother. She calls once in a while. Yeah, how is everything going on? Everything okay? Are you okay? In spite of having so many to care about, she remembers my family. And sometimes she asks. And she asked about Praveen Prabhu also. Yes, they remember every little detail. They were in Seattle recently. And everywhere they were, in all the cities. So it's their service that their Guru Maharaj has given, that you have to travel around once in a year. 3 months you have to travel. Right? So they do that as a service. And they share some good things that we all can learn as Grahasthas. Right? They're amazing Grahastha counselors. For me, Radhesham Prabhu told your Grahastha counselor is Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishakha Prabhu. Any Grahastha problem, don't bring to me. Go there. Grahastha counselor can solve the Grahastha problem correctly. We have different kind of problems. Brahmacharis have different kind of problems. Right? So, are you all enthusiastic next week? Yeah. So please come. Don't miss, and please come on time. My humble request to everybody, I'm telling you, that habit has to change. We have to be on time, before time. The same enthusiasm on the first day of satsang should be on your last satsang also. That I'm on time and before. Before the speaker comes, I'm there. Before the doctor comes, patient should be there. Not doctor comes and searching for the patient. So let's make that happen, right? So once again, I'll put the schedule again in the calendar. And they are actually coming on Friday evening. Whole Saturday they are spending in the temple. They are giving a lot of lectures to temple devotees there. And some of us have Bhakti Shastri exam on Saturday, next Saturday. So then we have written exam, final. NOD, yeah, close book. And then on Sunday we have Dwarkadish Prabhu. So entire weekend, free bol, Nitai Gaur Premananda. Okay, last verse. Yeah. Please repeat after me. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. So, Prabhuji and Mataji's, this is the direct final conclusion of Bhakti from Krishna in the 12th chapter. He's telling us, don't stop your devotion. Never stop your devotion. Never never allow your devotion to become, less enthusiastic. It has to be always enthusiasm is the lifeline of devotion. Enthusiasm means, what can I do for you, Krishna? What can I do for you, Krishna? What can I do for you, Krishna? Nobody needs to drive you. You have to be self-driven. Right? You have to be self-driven. If nobody in the satsang is doing book distribution, are you going to do book distribution? You will do book distribution. If nobody in satsang is coming to satsang, will you go to satsang? I will go to satsang. Everything has to be enthusiastic. Right? So, please maintain that. And Krishna is saying, such devotees very, very dear to me. They engage themselves with faith. We have to engage ourselves with faith that everything will be taken care by Krishna. Please have that faith that everything will be taken care by Krishna. Everything. That everything means something for everybody here. It can be different. Everybody is struggling with some problem. Right? It will be taken care of. Don't worry. Krishna is there. Hridesha, Tishtati says, I am in your heart. Krishna is in our heart. He is exactly seeing what we are going through. He knows. And if he is not giving something, or is delaying something, or is going to give something, he is the better decision maker. What do we know? What do we know? We don't know anything. Right? But engage with faith and enthusiasm, and everything will be fine. Right? So please repeat again. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and to completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Hari Bol. So we'll conclude here. It's already 8:30. Any questions? Yes, sir.
So when the part of the bhakti, when the Prabhupada told like when we are more serious in the bhakti, when we are progressing, Maya will also attack that much higher.
Yes.
So
Pakka.
how to be strong that point? Suppose we are doing that, I think we are starting, just starting on that. We can see the Maras or some reason and to go to that path, to become the path, you have to face a lot of struggles.
Yes.
And you have to go through all the exams.
Yes.
And Maya is attacking us continuously.
Yes.
Suppose this year I am lost something again and again. Set that strength from the Krishna to become more strong.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. He's asking wonderful question. He's asking that as we are advancing in devotion, Maya is also going to advance. Both the sides, right? She's also going to create new tests. New tests which will pakka make us fail. She's preparing her own, you know. So whether it is auspicious or inauspicious, whether it is Subhadra or Bhadra. Krishna's sister is Subhadra in the spiritual world. When she appears in the material world, she becomes Bhadra. Subhadra means auspicious, Bhadra means inauspicious. Right? Durga, she becomes Durga. Durga is auspicious, but she tests us in so many ways, right? So the only way we can face any trouble in spiritual life, any test of Maya, is by taking shelter of satsang. There is no other way. Association should be very strong, Prabhu. Both Vani and Vapu. And put yourself in some service. And you know what? Sometimes Acharya is also told, don't think about fall downs too much. I'll tell you one example. I went to Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. My Siksha Guru is also in town these days. He's somewhere here. The first person who introduced me to KC. That wonderful family is there. I want to bring them to Satsang. I'm waiting. So I went to his house. Like I was 6 months in KC that time. So I went to his house. I told Prabhu, yesterday evening I fell down. I could not follow the regulative principle properly. I think I've broken the regulative. I've fallen, Prabhu. Then he looked at me and said, when did you get up that you've fallen? He told me. Do you think you really got up that you've fallen today? We are all fallen. Everybody is fallen. We are trying to get up. And we'll continue to try until our last breath. Maya will come, she will attack. She will attack more and more. As you surrender more, Maya will attack more. Right? But that test will only make you more faithful towards Krishna. If Maya stops attacking, you'll not even know what is your faith level. Right? That's like an exam after every 1 month. Where do you stand? Maya gives the exam. And you pass it. And remember one thing, Maya will never give exam which you cannot pass. In every exam you'll pass. Even if you fell down, but the fall down will give you a lesson that you'll never forget in life. There is nothing called actual fall down. Unless you leave Krishna consciousness, that's the real fall down. If you're continuing with the Krishna consciousness, struggling getting up, like a baby, how she learns to walk, she keeps falling, gets up. That's okay, but keep getting up and continue the path of Krishna consciousness. And one day we will stand holding Krishna's finger. We'll stand, and Krishna will take us back to God. So don't worry too much about Maya. Maya is there, but as long as we are with Krishna, we are safe. And Maya attacks more when you are more serious in spiritual life. Let me tell you, every little comfort you have, every little bonding you have, every little attachment you have, other than Krishna, Maya will smash it. Literally, she'll smash it, and she'll be ready for it. And simple is Krishna, you are everything. Krishna, you are the only savior. Krishna, Tvama Bandhu, Tama Raksha, Tvama everything. You are everything. That's it. Then Maya will not do anything. Yes,
I don't know like how to keep answer.
go ahead.
Like what if Krishna himself is a Maya?
What if Krishna himself is Maya? He is Maya. Krishna is the greatest Mayavi. Our parents, are they Maya? They are Maya in a way that they fulfill all our desires, right? Sometimes when we are very stubborn, even though knowing that it's not good for us, but still for some time they fulfill our desires. So are they Maya? Yes and no. So is Krishna going to give us something that is not good for us? Sometimes he's forced to give. Because we don't leave any choice to him. We become so stubborn. I want it. So when he gives it, he comes in the form of Maya. When he gives something that is not auspicious, is not good for us. But Krishna really doesn't want to give it. Right? So Krishna is Maya? No, Krishna is not Maya, but Maya is also part of Krishna only. Maya Dhekshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharachara. But we are the ones. Do you want Krishna or you want Maya? Maya is also part of Krishna only. But what do you want? You have to make a choice. I want Krishna. Every time two choices will come. Actually, there are only two choices in the planet. Maya or Krishna. Every time you have to make I want Krishna, not Maya.
Yeah, that I understood.
Mm-hmm.
What if Krishna is also a Maya? Like
Then
Maya,
good. Then good. Go become Krishna. Go to Krishna. Prabhu, first of all, understand what is Maya. What is Maya? That which tells you which doesn't exist. That which keeps you in illusion is Maya. Right? That which takes you away from Krishna is Maya. So how can Krishna want to take us away from him? No, he doesn't want to take us away from him. Krishna wants us back, desperately wants us back.
In fact, Maya also helping us to reach Krishna.
It's Krishna only. Everybody is working only for one reason, to make us a devotee. So, indirectly or directly. Everybody. We will realize that when we chant. I'm telling you something, huh? It's a science, there's a science behind it. If we chant 16 rounds for 6 months, lot of answers will come automatically. Right. If somebody is not chanting 16, chant 16 every day for 6 months without stop. Right? And you'll get your answers. Some answers cannot be, they have to come from inside. That yes, Krishna, you are there. Tomai Bandhu, Tomai, I forgot that verse, a beautiful verse. You know? Tomai Raksha, like there's some bhajan or something, you know. You are everything. Huh? Some song, right? Beautiful song. You are everything. In Vrindavan, when in Bhagavatam, when you're reading, whenever they fall in trouble, what do they say? Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho, they'll shout, you know. And then Krishna will come. Please come and save us. Yeah. So it's okay. There are some kings who asked for bad things from Krishna also. And Krishna gave. Like Pururava. No, not Pururava. Who is it? Urvashi. Krishna gives Urvashi. You are so attached to Urvashi, take Urvashi. Just imagine, this king went and asked Krishna, Urvashi. I want Urvashi. And then Bhagavatam is like, you want Urvashi? Take Urvashi. After some time, he understood what is Urvashi. Then he came back to chanting Mala, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Right? So Krishna gives. Sometimes he's forced to give. But he doesn't want to give anything except his love. He wants all of us back. Everybody. Every single person here has to go back to Goloka. Huh? You're not planning to stay here, right? Anybody? Huh? You can plan level inka. Huh? Prabhuji is the travel agent to Goloka. Non-refundable ticket.
No cancellation.
No cancellation. If you come to Satsang, you'll all go back to Bharat. Hare Krishna. So there is Sri Gopal Prabhu also here. So just want to announce, I know Prabhu already announced many times, but we are also trying to create a small pool for the Satsang, for Satsangs to continue. Kept a money of like 1,500 per month per family. You can give to him. He'll collect it and use it in all these festivals, and you know, so it's not a burden on one family. You just want to be spread out. But if you want to give lesser than that also, it's okay. Anything. So whatever we are conducting, there's so many things that we invest into that doesn't come out, you know, but it's needed. So Prabhuji is a perfect finance minister. So he maintains everything. Yeah. So we are done. Hare Krishna. So I want somebody to do nice to my friend. Yeah, you have a question? Yes. Last question. Yes.
In the temple has one on itself. On it, like that. What? Why should it? Why should it?
He wants why Neer Chakra should be there at the top of the temple.
Why the chakra? That's because Krishna wants to see everybody, however far they are. Right? So Krishna stays on top of the temple, not only inside the temple, Krishna wants to stay on top of the temple also. Especially Lord Jagannath. He says that even if you did not see me in the temple, if you see the chakra, it's equal to my darshan. Right? So even staying so far, why do you think they used to construct temples on the hills? Right, in high places, so that it is visible from everywhere and everybody can take darshan of at least the chakra on the top. Right? We'll have small 10 minutes kirtan. Yeah. Where is our Prabhuji with Mridanga? Is there a Mridanga here? Yes. He's gone inside. Oh, he went inside. I think he'll be back. Yeah. Yeah, let's. So, any doubts on anything else? Announcements? Mataji, Suma Mataji, any announcement for Suma Mataji? Any announcement for Rath Yatra? Sorry, you can tell. I can repeat or.
Yeah, Prabhuji, we are starting Google Ads from tonight.
Google Ads.
Google Ads.
Yes.
When you search on Google.
Do you want to take the mic here? Yeah. Sorry, there is no remote mic. So. Yeah. Yes. Rebo. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. So all of you know July 1st is Rath Yatra, right? Yeah. Anybody? Yeah. So posters are coming. Keep them coming. We have zeroed in on 3 of the drawings that were made by congregation kids. One is Puja Mataji's son Aryan.
Haribol! Haribol, yes.
He's sitting there.
Thank you.
So his drawing has been found good for t-shirt and caps, and 2 more devotees. Swapna Mataji is here. Yeah, Swapna Mataji made a digital art, Prabhuji.
Haribol!
Oh, okay. The digital art is also her only. Her name is Bhavyashri. Yashika
Mataji ki
jai. So we are going to make some merchandise, caps and t-shirts. They are being made as we speak, Prabhuji, and hopefully we'll have something to show for next satsang. And from today, we are adding Google ads. When you search in Google for something, the relevance, depending on the relevance, the ads will start showing that there is Rath Yatra. And please spread the word. Use the pamphlets that are available in Facebook. All of you have Facebook accounts. You may have many social media accounts. Share the ISKCON Hyderabad's social media posts in your social media. Make them viral. That's the help that we need. If we can print them ourselves at home and stick it to our cars. We are trying to get a A3 poster out for cars. If it comes, we'll bring it next Sunday.
Can we have A4 easy to print for many?
A4, will it be visible, Prabhuji?
A3 is good.
A3 is visible.
A3 is good.
That's what Lakshmikant Prabhuji said. And it's a sticker. So nobody needs the tapes or anything. And there is a way to easily stick it and everything. That is one thing. And kids can make rathas. Shilpa Mataji didn't come today. Okay. She is actually trying to see if she can get all the kids to make rathas next Sunday, she'll make them do crafts here. So we will do class, and yeah, we need videos. We have actually Chandra Bose is a famous lyricist, and Teja Mataji was able to get his video, and it is out on social media posts. And Giriraj Prabhuji's two daughters have made amazing videos. They are also going to be on all social media posts. Kids, we have what? Meera Mataji is here. Meera Mataji, please come out. So Prabhuji, Meera Mataji has been a undercover devotee, and she's been sending messages in Ayer's Prabhuji's WhatsApp. So we were all thinking posters are made by Ayer Prabhuji, but it was Meera Mataji.
Where is that though? Oh,
so Meera Mataji has been helping a lot every day. She is the daily poster maker. Every day she sends without fail, Prabhuji. With small kid, I don't know how she manages, but she's been sending posters every single day, and all her posters are going to be reused for Google Ads now. Just now I got a call from Shri Harsh Prabhuji from temple, and they said they want to reuse the same posters for all the Google Ads. So that she's going to do after going back home. She has to remove all the countdown and send all the posters. So that is going to happen.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So 10 more days from Mataji. What is the countdown? 11 days are remaining. Any of you who hasn't made anything for Jagannath, Jagannath is still looking for your service. You remember his house, his eyes are big, and he's still looking for something from you. Anybody who hasn't done anything for Jagannath, there is still 11 more days. You can do so many things. Please do send them. Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava. Yeah, please dim down the lights if anybody can. Only light in the altar. Switch off the lights wherever they are. Just 5 minutes kirtan. Yeah. Oh, I think they need light there behind. Yeah. Yes. This also. Can all the devotees come here? Who are sitting in other rooms? Let's do a nice kirtan for a few minutes. Just 10 minutes kirtan, we are done. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to tell. When you are doing kirtan, you have to shout Krishna's name. How do you shout when you are in trouble? Okay. Tell Krishna! 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 Like this should do kirtan. There has to be a cry. You, at least if you're not crying, never should cry. But do kirtan with a cry. Edu kirtan. Yes. Can you switch off these lights here also? These two. Go behind me. Yes, very good. So only Krishna is visible now. Okay. Yes, yeah, he has to do nursing arti. Yes, thank you for reminding. After the kirtan, I'll call you. Okay. Yeah, whose birthday it is? We are ready for the cake. Oh, your birthday. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. What is name again, Prabhu? Huh? Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha cake has Pratyaksha come here. Hari Bol. Yes, we will also celebrate that. Okay. So please chant with enthusiasm. Kirtan is not an entertaining song. It's a calling. It's a cry from every soul to Krishna. Right? Let it be natural. Cry out whatever problem you have today in front of Krishna. Right? And he's going to come out in the next 11 days. He'll solve all the problems. We'll try to. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare You can actually switch off the projector. I'm worried about that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Switch off the projector. Don't do that. Thank you. I'm relieved now. Yes. Yeah. Wherever the power plug is, yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please follow me. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare everybody Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हो विष्णुपाद परम प्रदिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर डिवाइन वेदेसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो विष्णुपाद परम प्रदिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर डिवाइन वेद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुर धाम की पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की गंगे माई की यमुने माई की भक्ति देवी की स्वर्ग पाण तुलसी महारानी की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ट्रांसलेटेड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांसलेटेड प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhosya cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की Actually, the first tune that I tried to sing of Niranjan Swami Maharaj, it's a little difficult one. I realized that it's not going right. We'll practice it some other time.